Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Sorry, just trying a new intro. Anybody gonna come in? Ooh, JDS. Hola, amigo. ¿Cómo está? That's about all I know. That's about as far as I go. Howdy. Ooh, five peeps. Sounds good. Sounds like people are coming in. It's all JDS, 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 JDS. You're ruling the chat, man. That's all I see. Five JDSs in a row. Nice. Oh, Justin. He looks new to the chat, guys. I haven't seen Justin on here. Welcome, Justin. We got four people in the house. We do. I wonder if anybody's farm living. So that's the life for me. What is up? Not much. I'm not new. Oh, it's that Justin. All right. Well, there could be another Justin. Well, Angel's in the house. Angel popped up in the house. Oh, look. Big Worm joined. I have a big bottle tonight. A little champagne. You forgot about me. Yeah, I haven't done a paddle in seems like weeks. Was at the dollar store. No, that's actually champagne. I don't know why, but I got champagne. I wish. I wish it only cost $1. I don't know why I'm drinking it. Had it for a while. Figured, what the hell? Let's celebrate for no apparent reason. Oh, crazy. When am I going down to the pier? Don't know. If the winds are good in that, maybe I don't know. Maybe this weekend. So I spent the last 2 days live at Pinto. Yeah, I turn that way and it turns the opposite way. Mm, mm, mm. No, I'm still kind of waiting to plan another fishing trip. I haven't been fishing much. Yesterday I spent what freaking 12 hours downloading that stupid live. The boys are waiting for you down there. It's been pretty good wind. I should hit it up. I'm just trying to figure out. Oh, kind of in transition mode right now. Trying to figure out what I want to do, where I want to film, how I want to film, change some things up. Been going live more than I've been doing shows. Put that that insert up from that live with that guy, the arrest live. I thought that was great. Yeah, yeah. I said I'll go back and hit it up, especially in the winter. It's usually my big winter. It's usually my big winter place. It's where I hide out. Time for a new lake. Probably not, because any new lake, I would have to travel really far, and I'm on a like an extreme budget right now. So it's the funding that's holding me back from doing a lot of stuff right now. Because I think I'm gonna have to break down and actually freaking get another part-time job. So yeah, probably not. Well, I've never fished Calero. That's kind of close. And then of course gas is like jumping up again. So that adds to it all. It's all the expenses of getting there. No way. Tell us the story of the stripper and the pimp hat. Oh, I didn't see Noah came in here. I said this is the freaking comments on when I'm through StreamYard just suck. They pop up so random. I said there'll be like nothing, and all of a sudden five will pop up at once. The stripper and the pimp hat. No, I told the story about the hooker and the pimp hat. She stole it. The stripper stole my hat and went running around the corner, expecting me to follow her. But I just turned around and walked away. I'm like, uh-uh. She was around the corner, and when she came over to me, there was like five big guys standing around her. So I figured that was sort of a setup. So yeah, she grabbed it off my head and said, "Will you follow me if you want your hat back?" I went, "It's good. I make them. You can have it." And I turned and kept walking home. Mind you, this was like 3:30 in the morning in the Tenderloin of San Francisco. So was not going to be following. Yeah, yeah. And I said when I walked by, she was sitting with a bunch of like five or six guys and that talking to them, and then she took over and like propositioned me for like a good night. I'm like, yeah, it sounds like a good night to freaking rob me. I'm like, you, you just stole my hat. You think I'm gonna follow you around the corner? No, thank you. Go show them the hat you just stole. That's fine. I'll keep heading. I'll keep heading north and up the hill. Thank you very much. Yeah, I lived there for 4 years, but it got old. Living just a street or two up from the Mason Dixon line of the Tenderloin, down by downtown, homeless stealing from me and sleeping on my porch, and yeah, it got old quick. It done got old pretty quick, let me tell you. Either nobody's chatting or they're really slow right now. It's like it hasn't moved. Yeah, I spent all day today. Well, I uploaded that little video of the drunk guy. Tell us the origin story. What? Hey, Andre. What? Hey, everyone. Just checking in. Hop back on. All right, corn farts. Tell us the original story. No, that was the story. Andre's in here. Um, see, I forget. Oh, I forget I can do this. Hello, and that's what corn fart said. And Angel just said this. Tell us the original story. Yeah, well, yeah, that was it. Nothing went on. No payments made. He's like, guys, I, I should still be here. Smell you later, farts. I like that one. That's just a great comment to put back at him. Smell you later, farts. Sure glad they don't have smell-o-vision. That'd be terrible. Oh, and I also did another thing today. I went the furthest I've been in Doom. I went the furthest I've been in Doom. I finally made it past this one level, and I totally did it by accident. But I found out how to do it. More San Francisco stories. I've told quite a few of them, and on my old storytelling Tuesday on Tuesday nights, my lives. Um, yeah, there's lots of them there. Like you said, it's a crazy place. Just walking down the street and some lady going, "Do you want a blowjob? $5. Outdoorsy gal, how's it going? Guys, outdoorsy girls in the house." Jason's, is that Jason? It's like, yeah. It's so hard to see on here. I said I have to like squint. Can't stay long, whatever. Already hit the like button. All right. I'm completely clueless. Completely clueless when I'm in StreamYard. I can't. It only tells me. It doesn't tell me likes or anything. Just who's on. Tells me how many people are on. But thank you for joining in. We don't we don't really know where this one might end up going. Uh, if I do end up doing a panel, every single one. Last one was like paranormal activity, and well, you're on the one before that with the whole green, the whole green adventure we had. So we kind of just never know. If I jump in and I do a panel, it's like I don't know. They just seem to go. They seem to have their own life. It can be about fishing. It can be about ghosts. It can be about politics. It could be a therapy session. We just never know. It just seems to go everywhere. Sure. Oh, he did too. I didn't see he did too. Drop a like in your stream. Thank you, Jason. Oh, it's a long one. Good loss is not supposed. Oh, Safari would not. Oh, Safari would not work with it. Okay, that's why you're having trouble. All right. I remember during it you kept saying you so wanted to join. You so wanted to join. The Natural Progressive. She was actually on live. She was on live. I saw her earlier today, or when I came out here. She was talking. I saw the one expert, and I realized I did watch one of her streams before. Once I saw the guy that's her expert on the show, but I don't know. They were talking something about dolphins. I don't know. Yes. Yeah. No, but it's her channel is the Natural Progressive. Yeah, I saw her today, and then I saw her on there, and then I saw the guy that she had as the expert, Jason somebody. Yeah, that's it. You guys want to know who we had on before? She was kind of ganged up on a little bit, but we all did. Uh, we weren't being mean. We were just sort of pointing out things. But yeah, I saw her on. I didn't go into her. I didn't go into live. I think I popped in the last one and watched it for a little bit. I didn't. I was a lurker. I didn't comment or anything. I just saw it. But now I know who she is, and yeah, I saw the guy. I think his name is. I don't know, but I think they were talking about dolphins. All right, Angel. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go like get a six pack or something so you can handle it. It seems that beer seems to soothe most of it. Most of it when people are on here. Yeah, outdoorsy gal. Um, I don't know. I wasn't impressed with. I don't know. I wasn't really impressed with the speaker. I mean, he had some knowledge in that, but he just didn't seem to be very good in front of the camera. Yeah, I mean, she had good points, but she was also sort of off the wall on some others. So it was it was an epic live, as other people said. It was pretty fun. Oh yeah, yeah. Same thing with fishing line too. I mean, freaking try to break it off right at the hook, and you'll be good. Don't just friggin' get upset and just friggin' clip it right at the end of your friggin' pole and just let the line go into the water like a lot of people do. You can yank on it hard enough and break it right at the freaking pole. Yeah, there's no sense. I don't know. Kind of obsessed me when I'm at Pinot and I suddenly out in the middle of the lake. You know they have to be on a boat, and you snag line that's like 20, 30 feet long when you like bring it all in. You're like, dude, you're on a boat. You could like reel over to it and break it real close. I'm against governments. I am what? It kills fish. It kills birds. It wraps around everything. Yeah, I just can't understand how you can have that much line out in the middle of the freaking lake when the only way it can be out there is if it's on a boat. I mean, there's no other way in Pinot because there's no way to get from shore and to just find like you get caught in it. You you're like bring it. and you're like pulling on it, and you like end up bringing in like 20 yards of line. You're like, how how in the hell do you do this? You could paddle over to it. You can paddle over, put your rod down close to the lure, and just yank really hard and snap it. Or if it's braid, at least get as close as you can, and then if you can't break the damn thing as hard as you try, at least clip it so it's like not very long. Don't just be like, screw it, I'm cutting this at the tip. I'm just gonna leave friggin' 20 yards of line just freaking hanging in the water. Oh, they're in all lakes. They eat a lot, but they can down some fish, that's for sure. They know how to eat fish. Oh hell, Pinot, there's like 100 of them to hang out at Pinot, or 50 to 100 of them. Yeah, to hang out at Pinot. You'll see them, schooling fish and follow them. They'll be like 40, 50, 60, and they're all together and they're just pushing them and diving underwater, pushing them and diving them underwater. Not much you can do about them though. No, it's actually champagne. I don't know why, but it's champagne. I've had it around a while. Figured I'm gonna drink it. It's about the same content though, right? 12%. I think it's the same as wine. Just a regular bottle. It's just a champagne bottle. 750. Very, very sparkly and bubbly though. I keep burping. Ugh. Ah. Anybody on here? Hey, Chicks Max. Yeah, I didn't do any. I just popped on. I just popped on through StreamYard so I could do a panel if anybody wanted to jump on. Yeah, I forgot what I was gonna say. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, no, I don't know. It felt like wine. I mean, not wine, champagne. What the heck? Yeah, yeah. I'm live again. I know there's a lot of people on live, or there were a lot of people. There's always people on live. I'm not gonna worry about it. If I want to go live, I'll go live. I can come on and do it if I want. I'm a big boy. On what? Cormorant. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even. If you see cormorants around, you know there's bait fish around. They can't eat. What was that? They can't eat the big ones. I think they can eat up to like, maybe a pound, maybe a pound and a half or something. Pelicans can eat a lot bigger fish. They can eat up like 2, 3 pounders. Yeah, they used to do it with the. We used to have a down when I was in LA. They used to have a coot problem with the coots. And fishing game, yeah, you used to actually go out with shotguns and that, and just friggin' clean out the clean out the populations. They'd go out and corner them and just like get rid of them because they just got so overwhelmed. I mean, I know they don't eat fish, but they're very destructive with the weeds. They're very destructive with any sort of grasses or anything that are around the edges or anything like that. But they just got out of control. So they used to go out and yeah, they would just pretty much have a they just pretty much have a open season fishing game coot hunting. just just go out and kill off a bunch of them. Yeah, they got insane though. I mean, there'd be like remember that was back in the 80s and that they were like I look hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them. They were just so overpopulated. It was just crazy how much of the lake that I Pudding Stone, the lake that I used to fish. So they would just thin the herd. Yeah. Some Magnum champagne. Sorry, I'm reading it. Yeah, they're amazing. Just the way they sit in the water. It's like their whole body's under and just their heads out. And they can maneuver, they can go in. I used to watch them at Pinot and they'd come in and they'd enter at the edge of the reeds and I'd go through the reeds and all of a sudden I'd hear them splashing around underneath if you ever see my videos, there's a big redwood there. Kind of got reeds on, but there's a lot of roots and trees up. And yeah, I saw where they would enter through the reeds and they'd come in. All of a sudden I'm hearing splashing around and everything, and all of a sudden they'd come out from like underneath the redwood. PCs is toxic vegetation in the water. Oh, I'm sure. And it's not giving a shit on you either. Oh yeah, they're fishing machines. Oh yeah, they love the trout. They done love their trout. That's for sure. Yeah, their poop is toxic, and they poop every time they take off. At Pinot, where they hang out in the where they hang out in the eucalyptus, the leaves and the reeds and everything all below it is all white, all just constant white. I'm sure. Well, a lot of birds, probably seagulls poop is pretty toxic too. Yeah, but I mean, they're freaking. They're a highly evolved fish eating machine. I mean, they're really good at staying away from humans. Gold Rush, booga booga. Gold Rush came in. It's, yeah, you can just go look at Pinot if you want to see destroyed. The reeds keep growing in it, but they're all white. All the eucalyptus are all white. Yeah, they're pretty bad. I've been crapped on them below it a lot. Yeah. What's up, Bud Light? Not Bud Light. No, I'm drinking champagne actually tonight. Ah, yeah, I mean, unless you go out and just freaking shoot them. I don't know. They're in Pinot, and Pinot's still a great fishery, and they're in Clear Lake by the thousands, and Clear Lake is still a productive lake. They're in a delta by the thousands. Delta's still a good fishery. I mean, they're in just huge numbers at Clear Lake. They're in huge numbers at Delta. They're in pretty damn big numbers at Pinot, but luckily they like to target. Well, they'd like to target softer finned creatures. I'm sure in Pinot they target the golden shiners and the hitch. Clear Lake they probably target the hitch mostly. Um, any place they put trout in, the second they put a trout plant in, they're going to target the trout plant. They have their species they like to focus on. They like schooling fish that will will group up in big schools like trout, like hitch, like shad. Although shad are I don't know, shad are a little small for them. The golden shiners. I don't really see much going after like bass. Algae. Yeah. Wait, what? Sorry. See, this thing did it again. It jumped up with like five. Did I see your most No, I haven't watched any today. I was uploading my own, and I was took kind of a day off and played Doom for like 5 hours. It got age restricted. Really? Wow. Huh. I haven't had anything get age restricted yet. So they had a new video, guys, and like I said, they got age restricted. Yeah, the one thing about cormorant, and the one good thing about cormorants is they like a certain type of fish. They love their trout. They love their hitch. They love like golden shiners. I don't really see them focus much on like bass or bluegill or crappie. That's just not their style. Their style is to push a bait, and usually they get together and they'll push a school. What's up, Gold Rush? He's in. Yeah, Gold Rush is in Oklahoma sipping on gin and juice. Yeah, but that's one good thing outdoorsy gal is well, unless you like trout, they are a pretty specific creature as far as what they target. They like schooling fish. They like soft shells. Arabella XO, hey guys. Somebody else coming into the chat. We're up to 8. We got 8. We're starting to get some people in. How long have you been live? Oh, typical. Half hour. I know I think Island Life just went off. I know he had some people in there. Wow. There's a lot of champagne in those bottles, man. Arabelle, I'm doing fine. I'm just hanging out here. Corrents or what? Yeah. Yeah, but they don't. Yeah, I said they focus on soft shelled mostly or soft fin. They don't really destroy most of the game fish. Well, unless you like trout. I said they're pretty specific. Like, yeah, exactly. This is a big bottle. That's a big bottle. No, it's champagne. It's done champagne. I had around Well, we're in here this long. We have some people in here. Anybody want to join? I know Outdoorsy Girl would love to come on and talk cormorants, but she has a safari issue. Fried trout is killer, bro. Oh yeah, I mean everything. I'm just saying. I know people don't like them, but um, they have what they want to feed on. I said if you don't like if you like trout and that, yeah, I know. Well, you said you already have. You have to be on your other thing. It's just like I don't like really. You were saying that about trout? I don't know. I'm not a fish guy, so I don't like trout. There's got to be some kind of fish cooked some way. Well, I mean, I do tuna and sushi. Um, but I more like I like shrimp. I like crab, crustacean-y type. I'm sure if I did rockfish and you put them in tacos with all the other stuff, yeah. Just most of it, I just don't like fish when it's like fish on its own. Like people like a good easy to clear. I don't. I just don't like it. I don't know. I've had it before, but I don't know. I don't like it. Maybe it's because I catch them. All right, outdoorsy girl. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's like uh, I don't know. Maybe if I raised cows, I would like, or if I slaughtered cows and and clean the meat and all the process it and that, I would probably not like red meat anymore. It's just I'm too close to the fish and the smell I don't like, and yeah, I don't know. I'm sure if I worked at a slaughterhouse, I would probably not like them. Sheepheads taste like crab. I don't know. I think a lot of it is it's just the process of having to clean them and all that stuff. I'm just kind of like, nah. That's pretty funny. That's done pretty funny. What happened? Where'd it go? Sorry, I'm looking through. Where'd it go? Why is it not there anymore? I don't know. I said I put the link in, but nobody wanted to join. So all right, that's fine. I can handle it on my own. I got funky lights and a bottle of champagne. I have no fear. I'll have less and less fear as the further and further this goes. Yeah, and I'm trying to get something against gay, and I'm like trying to cut back on cigarettes, guys. So kind of know how my day's going then. Once you try to cold turkey that stuff, it gets like you get all like freaking weirded out all day. You're like, whoa, whoa, I feel weird. That the nicotine starts getting out of your body. Well, I have a headache, bro. I would come up there. At least somebody heard me. Everybody else is like, eh, eh, not my day. It's that time of the month. I don't feel like being social verbally. I can chat stuff, but yeah, I just don't. I'm a little bit bloated. I don't feel like being on camera. I don't know what happened to just Justin came on earlier and I was joking. I didn't know who he was and he disappeared. Unless he's still in here. I don't think he's in here anymore. Track down some gold. Nice. Did you guys see that one? I don't know. I always forget I can put them on a stream. This is like the nicest thing about StreamYard, because you can highlight stuff like that. But I heard also like, whoa, I don't know. Supposedly once they get it figured out, the uh the free version will be gone. That's what I heard Premiere saying. Wish I wasn't. Yeah, he was saying something about once they. I'm like, well, by that time, YouTube already has one. They already have a live version. It's for like corporate type stuff right now. But I'm pretty sure YouTube. That's probably why they got rid of Google Hangouts, because YouTube's going to come out with their own streaming on the platform that won't be through a third party eventually. So that's where I'm thinking it's going to be going. They're already working on it. YouTube likes to and tries to get everything in house. So I'm sure eventually it's going to be. Hopefully, I didn't break this. I often break the links when I try to put the link up. In case anybody else is, around that wants to come on. Anybody that, doesn't have a headache, isn't on isn't on Safari, which evidently doesn't add StreamYard. I don't know why. I don't know. I guess Safari doesn't really support it. That's what Really remind me of the Addams Family and that new movie's coming out. Uh, Outdoorsy Girl. That's who said that. All right, Gold Rush Man, Red Man. Have a good night. I don't know if you guys saw that, but he's heading to bed. I'm just like throwing links out there. I'm like fishing for people. I'm like, all right. Before, everybody's like, yeah. Panel time, do panels. Oh, he is still here, guys.
You were looking for me, huh?
No, I just said it seemed like you got bitter. I like pretended to not know you and you disappeared.
Oh no, no, I had to do a few things.
I'm like, no, he's lurking in the background somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
He's a lurker.
Blah.
Oh, look, you came on and we have the least viewers so far.
Oh
Oh,
well, shoot.
really? For a pack of cigs. Yeah. Thanks, Andre. I'm, I'm, I'm trying. I'm, I'm trying to quit because it's like I'm so low on funds. I'm trying to distribute where it needs to be, and he's like $10 for a pack of cigs. Yeah, I need to cut back. I mean, it'd be nice to have them so I could have one like once every like 4 hours or something. But the second I get them, I just start freaking. They're always in my hand. Hey, Trent. Guys, Trent came on. But thank you so much for that, Andre. Look, guys. I
Hey,
hope I
plus,
hope this didn't I hope this didn't do it like low budgets. He gave me $2 and it was to the wrong account, and it ended up costing him $37 because it overdrew the account.
sheesh.
Yeah, he had he had for some reason he had a super chat hooked up to the wrong account.
The
He
wrong
told
bank. Yeah.
he told me that last when he was on my live. I'm
Oh,
doing it, Trent. Yeah, he goes, yeah, dude, that $2 super chat ended up costing me 35 bucks, $37. He saw hooked to
wow.
the wrong account and it overdrew it because it had no money in it. Oh, well, oh, that sucks.
Man.
Oh, bet you've changed. He goes, oh yeah, I have it on the right account now.
Hey, plus you were saying that StreamYard doesn't support Safari or something like that?
That's what Outdoorsy Girl just said because she was having that night that we had. Were you on with the Natural Progressive?
I don't
I
think
don't
I
think you were on
was.
that one. When we
No.
all kind of ganged up on her. Ozzy was on, and I don't think you were on. I think
Uh,
it was Andre. It was um, what's his name? Gold Rush was on with her, and Outdoorsy Girl wanted to join the panel nap, but evidently she was on her iPad with Safari, and it wouldn't work.
oh, well, I'm using Safari right now. I'm on my phone.
Yeah, but she was on iPad, so
Oh,
I think
oh, it might be a certain.
yeah,
Yeah, you be up.
the iPad might look at it as if it's a browser, not a phone or something. So
Right. Well, also, it might be some. You got to be up to a certain iOS running system update, whatever.
yeah, I don't know. She just said that early in the stream. That's why she was having.
Uh,
Aye, nice, Andre. Oh no, when you going fishing? Me? I don't know. I mean, I just fished Saturday and Sunday, and it's only Wednesday, so I can't. I'm 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 not a 24/7 fisherman at the moment.
yeah. Well, I think I'm going to start up next year again.
Start of next year. You're saying, "Oh, you're off." I'm not. I don't think it'll be a year before I fish again.
Oh, yeah. It's been
Yeah,
a
sorry
while.
guys. Like I said, when I'm in here, my chats run a minute, 2 minutes behind. Want to sell some of
No.
your rod, Justin? I like.
No. No,
Oh
no,
wait,
no.
no, no, no. It's like
No,
really? You're not
no.
fishing much? I'll buy them from you, dude. I'll buy them
No,
from you.
no,
If you're
no.
not using them, I'll get them from
I,
you. No problem, man. Just show. I'll take them off your hand, man.
I got a few broken ones if you want to buy those, but
They just need, they just need a new tip and a few eyes.
one broken in half.
Yeah, a little super glue, it'll be fine.
No, but I'll let you know if I come across some good ones that I'll sell. Probably. I don't know. I got to go through all of them and say yay or nay.
Yay or nay?
Yay or nay.
That's what to ask me because I only have like 3 polls. So
Yeah. Let's see.
well, those are good.
There's a lot of polls up there.
Nobody wants mine because all mine are cheap. Like, well, yeah, he he fishes at cheap pulls. I'm good at catching things on him, but nobody wants
Really?
an 1895 rod from Walmart. Well, although somebody else here just bought one of them too. I've had a couple of you that bought them. Chris bought one
Yeah.
when he broke, and then he bought a new one. Somebody else, I think I've had like 3 or 4 people. They're
Yeah.
good.
Oh yeah. I mean, I bought some rods from Walmart and
I
haven't
mean,
had a problem with them.
they're way better than an ugly stick, which even costs more. I mean, they're lighter, they're more sensitive, they cast better. They're
Yeah.
graphic. They're just Shakespeare.
Oh yeah.
And their metal inserts are better than the metal inserts that you get from friggin' the Bass Pro Shops rods
Yeah.
that are $50.
Right.
I proved that one. I had to change the tip on it because it was just grooved to hell. And that Shakespeare, same line, just as many fish, everything, and no grooves in it. So
Really? Huh. Crazy. Are you a freshwater or saltwater fisherman, Jay? Well, I actually do both. I actually, when I was younger, I did a lot more saltwater, but now I'm doing a lot more freshwater because I don't have my lovely boat to
go in
go
the ocean,
trickle out into the ocean.
go play in the waves.
Yeah. No, yeah. Before my dad passed, we had a pretty nice boat, a 21-foot striper walk around with a little cuddy cabin in it. And yeah, we did some crazy fishing.
Have you seen that?
Albacore.
Have you seen the one that Ash has?
No, I didn't.
The 21, it's like 21/6 inshore Ranger.
Oh, oh, really?
Yeah, it's got the little console in the middle and the front deck and the back deck.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I have videos. We're out off Monterey in that thing, and we went to O'Neill Forbay in it.
Oh, really? Oh, cool.
We tried to go to Pinot, but it's too big.
Yeah.
It can't be over 21 feet, evidently, and it's like
Yeah.
21/6.
Yeah, there was one time we took it up to San Luis. Actually, the very first lake we took it in was San Luis Reservoir, also known as Dinosaur Point.
We try to get in there every time we go. It's red flag.
Yeah. Yeah, this was shoot long time ago. But yeah, no, that was the break-in lake for it, and then we did a lot more, ocean fishing. They were saying that the boat was mainly used or mainly made for freshwater, and we're like, that ain't no freshwater boat.
No,
So,
his is an inline.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Did you see Andre's quote?
A lot of
Right.
college fishing. So let's see, crazy. So you fish freshwater with saltwater gear? No, not really. I mean,
He
I
has
still
both
have all
balls.
saltwater gear for, you know, I got some family friends that, have boats and stuff, so I mainly keep my saltwater gear for when I go out with them. So yeah.
Playing with things.
But yeah.
The way it
Now,
starts.
one of these days, I'll find my lovely photo album and I'll show you guys what the boat looked like and all that. Shoot.
Trying to figure out how to take. If I hit right here, maybe. Oh, there we go. All right,
Oh,
I figured it out.
man.
Well,
Take that off. Holy crap.
no, Premiere was working. He was in StreamYards today or yesterday, something like that. But I was watching him. He was playing around with it, and he got it to go to the whoever you want as the individual person. And I couldn't figure out how to do it on the underneath. But when you're on here, up above you, it has a little solo thing.
Wow.
That it takes me to solo, and then if I hit that, it puts
Wow.
you on solo. And then
What's going on, Anjay?
it says it right there. It says solo input. All right, now I get it. All right, and now I know everyone's like, wait, what was that one? this is this is this is pretty much what he puts on every stream. Come join me at the sandwich shop. Let's stream. Jimmy James he does that all the time. when I was at the wharf, he's like, "Oh yeah, dude, you should come over. We're having Crown Royal. Come join us at the sandwich shop." I gotta figure out. Yeah, we gotta do a meet and greet there. Oh, look, guys, we have somebody new. Hello, hello, hello. Putting your, I'm getting better at this at putting the people. Oh, look, Paradise came in, guys. Paradise came in.
What's going on?
Unlike her to come in late, she's usually in and out by like 7. Oh wait, I never go live that early unless I'm fishing. Why ain't we fishing? Because it's nighttime. I, I'm,
It's nighttime. I have work.
Is that Paul Ball? That's what it says, right? Paul Ball.
Yeah, Paul.
That's hard for me to read because everything on this when I get on the panel is so teeny. Yeah, this is a fun panel night, and I'm drinking champagne.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, where's your orange juice for that?
Oh no, I'm not a sissy boy. I don't need a mimosa. Come on, man.
Come on, you need your chaser of orange juice.
Oh, he's like, oh, it's day for me. No, I'm actually outside. Oh, the lights went off already. I need to get these lights to go on later. Yeah, no, I'm actually on my porch. It's 10:30 at night here.
And I'm all cozied up.
I would like to do I need to do a late live. I need to find a place to do it. Some place where I know. Well, actually, Lexington when I was there at night, they hit pretty good. But maybe a late catfish or.
Should do
Cool late night, man. Wait, what are you looking for? Yeah. See, he's already in bed. What do you mean, like fishing? He's already crashed out.
I'm already curled up. I'm usually out my patio, but it's too damn cold out there. At least for me.
No. Well, my friend Ash the other night. Remember when he came on and I was on the phone with him?
Mm-hmm.
You were on that live, I think, but he called me during it. My mom handed me his phone. I was on it. Well,
Yeah.
dude, come on live. He's like, well, dude, I'm already in bed. Does that matter? I'm all, no. Justin comes on in bed all the time.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, it's late night.
late night.
Yeah. It's always great to just be laying in your bed with your phone above you.
Yeah, until you fall asleep and it smacks you in the head.
Yeah.
I had that done a few times.
Oh my God, I'm learning how to do this, man. I'm getting way better at this.
Well, sending out the link.
And not cutting it off. Remember all my other ones? It would be like StreamYard.c or
Oh,
StreamYard.co. It kept, because I have to go all the way over to the beginning when I hit it to show it. Because I
yeah.
was hitting it like in the middle and it was like cutting off a letter or something. So everyone's like,
Hmm.
damn, link's broke. Put up the damn right link. I'm like, sorry, it's hard to do on a phone that's set up like a freaking desktop.
Yeah.
I am learning how to solo people though.
Oh.
Oh yeah,
Hold on, is there anything in there?
yeah. Nostril check, nostril check. Just as good as that.
Brain check.
Brain check. Yeah, did you see his brain up there? We're just all wondering.
I don't think there's anything in there sometimes.
Yeah, it does look a little hollow if you look deep back in. Sometimes your voice when you talk kind of has a hollow resonance to it. Yeah, very kind of airy, like it's coming
Oh.
coming through some open space before it comes out. Nobody's home. Yeah. Hello. You knock on your head. I want to see. Does it sound solid or does it sound?
I don't know.
Eh. Yeah, it's very kind of echoey.
Yeah, it's like doom, doom,
Dong.
doom.
Sounds a
Sounds
little
like
hollowish.
watermelon. Sounds like
Yeah,
watermelon.
like a watermelon.
Like a drum.
Yeah, it has a
Doom.
hollow core in the middle. My brain's got it like it's dense around the edges and it's hollow in the middle. I hear a lot of better brains are that way. Dude, nobody else is taking the bait. Like everybody's just like watching the links go up and be like ignoring it. Remember the good old days when I first started doing panels like a week ago?
Shoot. Everybody will be
When,
in the
when,
waiting.
when everyone wanted, at first nobody wanted to jump on and everybody wanted to jump on. Now it's been like a week and a half and they're all like, panels are passe. Who wants to come on a panel? I mean, come on.
I'm
That was
surprised.
so that was
Yeah.
so last week with CCB. He's
I'm surprised.
he's back to just going solo now. He doesn't want us on.
I'm surprised Bryce and Ozzy ain't in here.
I know, I don't know what's up with those guys. It's usually the time they find us. Eames hasn't been on. AJ hasn't been on.
Really? Huh.
Paradise. Yeah, no, it's been no, they haven't. I haven't seen him on anybody. This is usually about the time they come on. 10:30 here, so it's like what 5 p.m., 6 p.m. over there for most of them.
Uh, you're talking about where Bryce is?
Well, Brian, yeah, all of them.
Oh yeah, Bryce and Ozzy. Yeah, I think yeah.
Bryce and Ozzy, they're like 2 hours apart. It's like
Uh,
5 and 7 or an hour apart.
yeah,
I think
something like
Eames, I think Eames is earlier.
yeah.
I think Taiwan right now is around like something
Yeah,
like
I
that.
think it's the same. Yeah, should be all about the same, almost.
Yeah, I know. It's funny. I'm learning all their times. and that's why it's such an issue because they're on here and they're having a great time, and it's 4 in the morning here, and it's like 10 p.m. there. So they're all like, "Yeah, party time," and we're like, "It's 4 or it's 5 here." It's like we're getting ready to go.
Oh yeah. Hey, have you seen Chris on here at all?
Chris
That
was
one.
on.
Huh?
Chris was on yesterday. What are you talking about?
Oh, was she?
Oh, that Chris.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking Spencer Chris, my Chris.
Oh no, the love nature
Natural
one.
progressive.
There you go.
Kids
Um,
have fall basketball training, so when you hopped on, I was making dinner. Oh, look, Reel's in here. Sup, y'all? Reel's in the house. We got Reel in. Oh, it jumped like crazy now. Like suddenly it jumped to like 5. Where are you gonna film tomorrow, Scott? I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna do the Cannery Row walk. Late night.
oh,
Late nights now. Yeah, Andre. I think I'm gonna start out the end of Cannery Row and walk something different. I don't know. I just kind of want to. I like it when I'm walking. Reminds me of hiking with Kevin. It's one of my favorite things to watch. Kevin Nealon is hiking with Kevin. And he interviews like famous people through usually the hills somewhere in Hollywood and that. I don't know. I just love the whole walking and talking. So
they usually starts around what 6? Your little or
yeah,
6 or
yeah,
8.
usually 6.
If it's 6, you can come into that new store, Andronico's, and I'll be in there. I work in the meat department in there.
Then on Cannery Row.
That would be. Remember where Nob Hill was above the aquarium there?
Oh,
There's,
on is that on Lighthouse?
yeah,
Towards Lighthouse?
yeah. There's Carl's Jr. and then Nob Hill right there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, all downtown came in the house.
Hey.
Your, your video, man. What? The one about the drunken idiot? Is that the one you're talking about? Well, the fact is, when that happened, there was only 3 people live. It like just happened to happen when there was like nobody watching, but a lot of people came on and went back and watched it. The one you uploaded, yeah, that was the one that was my live during Thursday.
Yeah, dude. That dude was crazy. I seen that.
Oh look, we were just talking about AJ. She's on here now.
Oh.
Oh, Angel's back. Oh, that's right. What's his Corn Fart's gonna be back too. Let's do this. Let's see if we can get AJ to come on. Let's see if I can bait her. Here, people. Here, people. This is like fishing. This is like fishing for paddle hook. It's like, what happened? It didn't go out. Do you see it?
Oh, for some reason I can't see the chat anymore. It only says private chat, and it doesn't show the
What
others.
happened? Oh, there we go. There we go. No, I got it. I was just down below. StreamYard has a habit of. I'm having lunch, guy. Oh, so you can come in and talk to us, but you can't come in and talk to us.
What you eating?
No, StreamYard has a habit. If it won't refresh to the bottom, it'll suddenly sit, and I'm like, where is it? Where is it? But I had to scroll up.
Yeah, no, mine just says private.
Yeah, just come on and show us your food. I mean, you were working the last time you were on here. I mean, come on. Oh, oh, Real came on. Wait, sorry, I'm trying to get rid of some on my side, Real. There we go.
Yeah, man.
Here he is. Here he is. He's on.
What's going on?
Driving home right now from work, so
It's another
That's why
dark
it's kind
man.
of dark. Yeah, it's dark.
You're on the road again?
I joined the fun, man. I had to join the
Fried fish with soup. She's not gonna show us her eating fried fish with. I like that. She's like, no, I'm not going live eating fried fish with soup. Ain't gonna work. So where are you on your way home from?
from work
Where do you live?
in San Jose.
Oh, you're in San Jose.
Yeah.
Another local yokel.
Yes, sir.
So wait, where do you? San Jose to where?
I work in Milpitas. So it's not like another city over.
Oh, so you live in San Jose and you work in Milpitas.
Yup.
Huh.
Yeah, I know Milpitas because I went there to go to Sandy Wool to try and catch those damn trout. And it was an hour and a half freaking drive from here. And I didn't catch crap.
Damn.
Worst trout.
Yeah, that place
spot
gets fished
ever.
out pretty good.
All right, guys. Andre's in the house.
What's going on, Andre?
What's crappening? Hey, I
Yeah,
did.
no, I drove all the way there and didn't catch freaking. That was the worst trout. I've been fishing for trout during trout plants since 1980. That was the worst effing trout plant I've ever seen in my freaking life. Nothing would freaking hit. I'm like, I want them to come back and stock again. They gave us freaking defective trout, man. I don't know what kind of trout they're raising, but they don't know how to eat right away like they should. They should be hitting anything you throw at them, and they wouldn't eat anything.
Wow.
Yeah, it gets tough over there sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with your freaking. I don't know what's up with Peter.
Hey, I did talk to that chick. What's her name? Chris. The natural progressive. A couple days ago, and I tell you what, her moderator tried to kick me off like 20 times. But she was
imagine.
she
Oh,
was
dude,
she
I
was
can imagine.
believe it or not, at first she's like, "Oh, what the fuck you think this?" And then she was totally cool, man. She's like telling him about, you know what, don't be doing that. He's a good friend. He's a good friend of. Then she couldn't remember. She goes BCB or CB, and so I told her it was CCB. But nah, man, she was really cool that night. Her moderators are kind of they're kind of freakish.
Oh,
They're
I can imagine.
total fucking leftists. I mean, we're
Well, that's
talking
what I said.
AOC shit. But
Well, I said, I mean, that's what she kept saying to us, like, "Oh, come on to my panel, all my people," and I'm like, "Yeah, but they're all just like you. How are you gonna learn anything different
yeah,
if you're around like-minded people constantly? That's not the way it works." And that guy, I saw she was on tonight, and now I know where I know her because she had this guy on. His name is Justin something, and she had a live about something about the Dolphins and that.
that was the dude right there. That was the dude that him and I just kept going back and forth.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's her. It's her professional or her.
Oh, is that who it is?
Yeah, but I saw him. That's where suddenly I figured out where I knew her because I checked into one when they were live and he was talking, and it was something about, I don't know, oceans or something, and I was listening to him and I'm just like, I don't know. I mean, he might have a lot of knowledge in that, but just his on camera presence and the way he talks was like,
No, he's a fucking extremist. I mean,
exactly.
and
I saw him
total.
tonight, and see, when I saw him tonight, that's what I said. It's like, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I have seen her lives, and that was prior to her being on that night with us. But
Oh,
then
is
when I
that
saw her
right?
again, and I'm like, oh, and I saw his face, and I looked down, and I saw Natural Progressive live with expert so and so about dolphins, and I'm like, oh, okay, I did know her before I let her on my panel.
How'd she find this channel? Did somebody bring her in?
I know she just showed up in the chat, remember? And then
Yeah,
we
no,
told
I
her,
didn't know if she knew Aussie guy or if she knew.
no. I brought all them on afterwards.
Wow.
She found me probably through one of the Grow channels or something, and it was her, wasn't it? Wasn't it you, Gold Rush, and her first?
And Aussie. I thought Aussie was here.
No, I brought them on later.
Oh yeah.
It was
You're
you
right.
and Gold Rush and me and her,
Right.
and we were going kind of back and forth and trying to educate her on some stuff. And then God Loves Me and Ozzy came into the stream and were commenting because she started kind of going back on their comments.
Oh, she got the full course that night. I'm telling
Yeah,
you.
and then I brought both of them into the stream. I told her, if you watch it back, I think even before I said it, I'm all right. You might not like this, but
I think you actually told her that a couple times. Actually.
yeah, I told her. I said I'm going to bring a couple other people on here, and let's just see what happens. Because there was only 3 of us. Well, there were 4 of us with her, and I could allow 2 more. So I brought God Loves Me and Ozzy into it. So there was 6 of us, and she'd already gone kind of back and forth with them in their comments, and made comments to them before they were even on the panel.
Oh, she was like really defensive. I mean, you could tell she had that freaking hairpin trigger, and she was
Exactly.
ready. I mean, probably because she goes through it quite a bit where she lives, so I'm sure she's always on the like defensive.
Well,
But
yeah.
that's gonna fucking age her real fast in life. I mean, that's gonna
See,
take.
I mean, like I said, if you actually watch it back, I haven't watched it back, but I remember how I kept trying to take it over when it was. But what I was trying to explain to her is you have 5 other people on here with you, and they're from all walks of life, all different people that have never met you before in your life, and all of us are seeing the same thing.
The same thing. Yep.
Defensive, very quick to hit someone and go back at them, like very, very. And I'm like, obviously we're experiencing something that she goes, oh, but if you come to my panel, I'm like, well, yeah, you're on there with everybody that's like you. Of course, they're gonna think you're the greatest. I mean,
I seriously think. I mean, she's a good. I think she's got a good heart. I just think her mind is like really. She needs to look for something else in life because she's like on that fucking trigger. Like I said, I mean, it's pretty sad.
It's her way or the highway thing.
Right. Yeah,
So
but she was cool when I was on her website. I mean, it was kind of funny because she wasn't talking about conservative ideas.
We weren't talking about you, AJ.
No.
Did I hear my name? Just go back to eating your lunch, all right? You wouldn't come on the panel because you're eating your like fish soup. Don't be butting in with us here.
So you never liked fish, Scott, or what? Or you got traumatized by it? Somebody slapped you across the face with a fucking raw fish? What happened?
Well, no, it's like I said, like I don't like. I mean, the cleaning them, the smell of them, all the other stuff, and the whole process. Like I said, if I worked in a slaughterhouse and had to cut all that meat, I don't know. I probably wouldn't feel like eating it either. Just
what about mussels or anything? Are you into shellfish?
Yeah, I said I love shrimp. I love crab.
Cool.
I've had sushi and tuna. I eat tuna fish. I'll eat the white fish as
Tuna
breaded thing. I'm sure if I took like rockfish and all that, cut it up, made it into tacos, mixed with, rice and all the other stuff, yeah, it's great.
Right.
I'm just not that guy that like orders like a salmon. It's just salmon on the plate. You just eat the salmon.
Yeah.
Or it's a block of like seared swordfish or halibut that's just there on its own, and you're just basically eating fish
fuck
on
you-
its own.
What the fuck
Mixed
you
in
doing,
stuff.
Justin? Are you laying in bed, Justin, or what? Are you
Yeah,
looking on the wall?
Tell.
Well, I
Oh,
couldn't.
what?
I don't know. I just couldn't tell.
Yeah,
I
he's
think
in
your
bed. Man.
Camera
He's
was
naked.
sideways.
Naked right now while we're talking to him. It's kind of creepy.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
You wish.
He said he sleeps commando. So I mean, I'm only assuming.
Next subject.
Jetfish D's in the house.
I'm gonna head over to. I'm gonna go to Donner this weekend, and I've never fished Donner Lake, so, and I'm not really going just to fish, just to get the fuck out of here. But
I don't think I've fished it either. I've fished at June Lake. Donner's
I
not
did.
part of June Lake, is it?
no. Donner is right at the top of in between Reno and Sacramento, right at the top. I think. Well, not at the top. It's only 6,000 foot elevation.
All right.
So Donner Pass, Donner Pass.
Yeah, I know where Donner Pass is.
Oh.
Yeah.
I fished at June Lake loops.
I guess there's a pretty hot reservoir up there too. That has a shitload of trout. But
Well, I hate trout, so
you hate fucking trout too.
they're too. Yeah, they're too.
They're
fishy.
what?
They're fun to catch. They're just too fishy.
Too fishy for you?
He's in timeout. Everyone's like, "Where's Bryce? Is he in timeout?"
I think
I thought it should be. Nobody's been on. None of the foreign crew been on it. Well, AJ came on.
Hey, whatever happened to Eames? I haven't seen her in quite a while.
She was on my last panel nap, but her network wouldn't let her. She kept coming on and getting kicked off, and she was all frustrated. Kept getting on the chat, going, "Oh, this effing network," and she kept coming in and getting kicked out.
Fucking Chinese government.
Purple Bang. Thank you, Purple Bang. Guess they're coming in and going out.
The what?
Right there. Doesn't it say
Hey,
Purple
Andre, were you
Gang?
talking about Prosser Creek Reservoir?
Wait,
I'll tell you.
Few,
I'll tell you right now.
Yeah, there's Prosser Creek, then there's Baca, BOCA, and then there's let's see, Stampede Reservoir.
I think it was Stampede. Let me see. 'Cause I have it marked on
I'm
the.
still here in zombie mode. Just chilling in the background.
It was Stampede Reservoir. That's what it was.
Yes.
If you look at some of the videos on Stampede Reservoir, man, they catch the shit out of those trout. I guess they.
Really?
Yeah.
Here we go. Somebody on my side, guys, read that comment.
Oh, boy, this one out to next time we get some fresh salmon, I'm gonna make some smoked salmon, and you're gonna try it.
I've had that sushi too. But you gotta have caviar with it.
You're gonna try smoked salmon.
Smoked salmon with caviar on top on a Triscuit is amazing.
Maybe she's only a terrible cook for fish. Maybe that's what it is. Corn farts.
Like, look at Eric said. Damn. Yeah, he put his mom's cooking on it. Damn. Oh, he's got to come back here. He's got to come back on that one.
Tell her to smoke some. She can't go wrong there.
Oh, and as far as calamari though, oh my god, fried calamari, exotic freaking French fries. I will eat like I could eat calamari for freaking days, stripped and pounded and breaded, and when it's really soft, oh my god, squid is amazing.
Oh yeah.
But it's got to be calamari style, like a French fry, breaded, little
Breaded,
hollandaise,
fried, deep fried.
but it's got to be hammered really well, so it's like not chewy. You know the stuff you get, and it's like, you know when it's a bad restaurant, they give you calamari, and it's like gum.
You know,
Like,
some
you have to, like,
some restaurants give you some real tender stuff.
yeah, but
Really,
it's
really
you have
good.
to. I had a friend that owned a restaurant, and he started the fish house here, the Monterey Fish House. My friend Frank, and I got into the calamari, and I had it at his place, and I was like, oh my god, this stuff, like, you bite into it, and you don't have to, like,
Oh
it
yeah.
just goes, and it's so. And he said that the key is that you have to take, like the mallet that you tenderize meat
Yeah,
with.
you gotta beat the shit out of it.
Yeah, you got to beat
Yeah.
the freaking. It breaks up all
Yep.
the tendons and all the other stuff.
You know, also if you cut them a little smaller, a little thinner, they're a little more tender that way too. But yeah, the breaded calamari is really good.
Yeah, that's what he said. Is the fact that you have to, like, hammer the effing, you know what? I mean,
Yeah.
you have to break up all that stuff that's throughout their tentacles and
You
all.
gotta beat the meat.
Yeah, you gotta. Can't even see me now. Yeah, you gotta beat it really hard. You gotta beat the hardness out of it, which means you need to satisfy the meat.
Oh my gosh.
Well, that's, yeah, I guess, yeah, that makes sense, right?
I'm on a guy's channel. Don't fucking ask me that. Ask me about beating meat.
Come on. All right, can we get one of the female viewers to come on panel? Look at this comment. AJ will never come back on again now. He's like, oh my god, what are they talking about? I don't think she's here anymore. At lunch, she was eating. She disappeared.
Well, guys, I think I'm gonna get off. I got a long day tomorrow.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Really? After my last scenario, you had to say the word "get off."
Oh shit!
I am going by there.
Fucking good timing too, Justin.
I know.
Oh,
After what we just said and everything, he's like, "All right, guys, I'm gonna have to get off."
You should have waited. You should have waited like at least 5 minutes, Justin. I would have.
And you might have picked you should have picked a better term for that one.
oh my gosh. I'm gonna start saying I'm going bye bye.
There you go. Yeah. Choose,
He-
choose your words lightly after.
Go straight to bed. Take care, Justin.
Sweet
All right,
dreams.
guys. Later.
Why would he say that after that?
Oh, good. He's a cool cat, man.
I know. I just thought that. Well, you know me and my humor. I had to put it in there.
So where's he at? Is he local?
Yeah, he lives in Seaside.
Oh shit.
He's like 2 miles from me, literally. I could like do a live stream from here to his house. I should
There
do
you
that
go.
sometime.
Have you
I
went
think I'm gonna do
fishing?
that. Huh?
Have you been fishing with him yet?
No, but he showed up in one of my lives. When I first met him, I was at the pier and he showed up.
I'll be darned.
Yeah, he came up and goes. He started talking to me like he's like, "Hey, how you doing? How you getting?" I'm like, "No, I'm getting a few bites. I'm live on YouTube." And then suddenly he's like, "Oh, I'm Justin, by the way. I watch it." I'm like,
Where was this?
come
Ellis Cerro?
No, that was at the pier.
Oh, I got you.
But he came up like he was just some like random person. He didn't. He the first thing he didn't. He was just like, "Oh, so how you doing? You catch any vid?" And all of a sudden he's like, "Oh, I'm Justin, by the way. I watch your shows." Yeah, I mean, he didn't come up like, "Hey, I'm Justin. Like I watch your shows. Like, good to see you." No, he played it all like sly and cool. Like just kind of like led me into it. And then suddenly he's like, "Oh, I'm Justin, by the way. What's up with Big Perm?" He probably has a perm since he's a big worm and he sells ice cream out of an ice cream truck. Yeah, big worm. Yeah, you're right. I told him it was like he was 3 miles away, and he's like, "Oh no, I think it's 4.2 or 4.6." I'm like, "Really, give me that anal? Come on, you're right next door." That'd be fun though. I should do one with him. I'm gonna do that with him. That'll be a fun one. Remember when me and Chris? I don't know if you saw that one, but me and Chris we went for the beer run from my porch.
No.
You didn't see that one?
No.
Oh
Who
God.
you and Chris?
Yeah, I went when I went fishing with him that one day, and we did a live on my porch.
Oh no, I didn't see that one.
And then I picked up the camera, I kept it live, and we drove to the store and bought beer and everything, and we drove back to the porch and everything. We did a beer run live from here.
A beer run live.
Yeah, we did a beer run live, and I actually set the phone down like on the counter, and we paid. But it'd be cool for me to go from my porch and then have Justin on his porch.
Oh,
And
there
then
you go.
yeah, and then I do a live run from here. And then I take off and drive, and I would show up on his porch. But
Hey,
even when I'm on his porch next to him, we'll keep it the same way. He'll be on his phone, I'll be on mine, but we'll be on the same porch next to each other. But
Hey,
that'll be fun.
that was a perfect thumbnail that you put on that video. That was like epic of that one fucking that freak.
Well, he's the one that gave me the thumbnail. I mean, I'm not going to give that away.
No, that was good. That was good.
He's the one that gave me the freaking mugshot. And I had three choices. I mean, I went through it. Some of it was a little blurred because it's live, but yeah, that one. There was one before that, but that one he had his one brow was up a little higher, and yeah, I did like four, like because we have 30 frames a second, so when I chose it in that, but that one he just had a little bit, but he had his finger up more, like, but I don't know if I'll
Well,
ever get that.
he dodged a bullet because I think he got on like 4 or 5 different people's asses, and I swear, man, I'm surprised somebody just didn't knock him to the ground. I mean, I was
Oh
blown
yeah,
away with. I mean,
he's
that was
he's pretty much lucky. The only thing he got was arrested because
yeah.
he could have had a freaking broken nose or
Oh, he
busted
could have had a bad
ribs
night.
or
That would have been a bad night.
oh yeah. If somebody really wanted to just freaking light him up, I'm
He
sure
can't-
they would.
He came off the wharf, didn't he? So he must have been at one of the
Yeah, he came from eating.
restaurants.
Yeah. All right, Purple Gang, are you on your way out? All right, thank you. I guess Purple Gang is on the way out. Thank you for joining us, man.
Yeah,
Thank you
Eric.
for stopping in. Corn farts. He smiled. Let's go. He would have tossed him over the wall. Oh yeah, I could just imagine that if like if somebody would have actually like picked him up and just freaking thrown him over the railing.
Oh, I know that would have made even better video. To tell you the truth,
I know, but I mean it's like a 10, 15-foot drop down there to the freaking sand and the rocks. I mean, like I said, the guy like I don't know.
Yeah, he
You
was.
notice I mean, he never made a move. Like,
No.
and you knew it. You knew he didn't want to follow through. He just wanted to look like a badass.
No, that's all he was. He was phony.
He was a phony badass. Because
You know what gave that? You know what that gave that up was as soon as he came to your camera, because somebody who's in a fucking tirade, they don't give a shit if a camera's there or not. They're gonna do what they're gonna do, and all of a sudden the fucking show routine, kind of smiley bullshit came on. It's like, oh, this guy's fucking phony from the beginning. But I mean, it's kind of good. I mean, I guess he could have beat the shit out of his girlfriend, which is a good thing he didn't. But I mean, really.
yeah. Well, the fact that I don't know, he went off the guy for playing music, and then he went off on the homeless guy because he made $3,000 a month, and then he went off to the security guard because he was a security guard, and like, what the fuck are you gonna do? You're a security guard.
What was he the security guard for the wharf?
He works at the little. He works at the kiosk where if cars have permission to come into the wharf.
Oh, I see that little booth there.
Yeah, there's a lot of booths. Like sometimes when I'm there live and you see cars come in.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I guess you have to have either you're owner of a thing or you're doing an event or something.
Right. Hey, did you go down below the pier where I told you and check that out? That whole lower deck?
Yeah, it's on that same live a little earlier on. I went down there.
I'm telling you, you could throw a pole down there. Nobody gives a shit. I mean,
Yeah,
I
went. Well, one of them's locked now.
Did you? It's the one over by the restrooms where it has a natural ramp that goes down.
Oh yeah. The one by where you. The whaling. Where the whaling.
Right.
Tours are.
Right.
Yeah, the one that goes out and they have all the benches and all the other stuff.
Yeah.
And there's a cutting station and all that other stuff there.
Yep.
I went down. I went down there and I opened up like some of the lockers and all the other stuff. Anything that didn't have a lock on it, I opened up. It's on that video before that. I'm gonna actually do a separate video of that. I go out there and I'm at the end by where they do the sailing one.
Oh yeah.
And there's that steering wheel that's like a ship steering wheel.
Right.
Yeah, and I have the camera there, and I'm like, I'm king of the world.
Yeah.
I'm steering it, and then I go downstairs where you go downstairs to go to the party boat.
Yeah.
That one was unlocked, but the other one that goes underneath is locked. I tried to get to it, but it had a key on it.
Yeah, but that fucking gate's only 3 foot high. You could step right over it, right? Or did they?
If you look down, there's a whole bunch of wood and everything that's piled up all over on the underneath deck now.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, but I went out where you're talking. I went out there where there's the benches and everything, and it doesn't say no fishing, doesn't say anything like that.
When I was a kid, I used to catch fish all the time there, and I was so young I didn't even know what the fuck kind of fish I was catching, but I was catching a bunch of fish into there. After that, like when I was in my teen years, we'd go there and we'd we'd take 3 4-aught treble hooks and a big I think 2 ounce 3 ounce sinker. And when the squid came at night, the whole water turned white. And all you do is you sit there and you bob your poles and you get 3 at a time. Went off on the security guard because he's a security guard.
Not a real cop. I know. I missed all these. We were talking about that. Everybody's putting on.
I know people go after him for just for the hell of it because they're not real cops.
Yeah.
Why they give
That
him
was-
a bad time?
Well, that was kind of his thing.
Oh, there was this one cool video. This fucking rogue security guard. It must have been back in Chicago or something like that, and he carried. And man, I'm telling you, if you watch his videos, they are. I mean, he stands up to every fucking gangster there is, and he's not afraid to show his weapon. I mean, it's. Oh god, that was a freaking.
Well, that's kind of the weird thing with me is a lot of the Rangers. Some of the Rangers in the lakes around here, like Anderson and stuff like that, and they have a freaking weapon.
Oh yeah, and you know
I'm like,
they don't
I
get
didn't-
paid shit. Rangers get they don't they
I didn't think they were allowed to carry a weapon though. I mean, you have to
Oh,
do
yeah,
special
no,
training or
no.
something.
yeah no they can carry a weapon anytime.
Wow, I never knew a park ranger was allowed to carry a
Yep,
weapon.
yep. They're
But I've
part of the
seen them at
feds.
Anderson that with the freaking weapon.
Oh yeah.
I thought they were just an advanced security guard.
No, when I was younger, I wanted to be a ranger. Then I found out how much they made, and man, they
Like Eric, too gangsta.
gangster. But the good thing is the government kind of houses them. They give them, they have good places that they relocate them and what's so not. But you got to really have the passion to be a ranger because you'll never live comfortably with the fucking wages they make.
Well, I mean, friggin'
I mean,
opening wage. Was it like opening wage for a fish and game? It's like 30,000.
yeah, you couldn't even survive here.
No, you make more. You make more money as a manager at Marshalls. You?
Did you say you worked at Marshalls before?
Yeah, I worked there for 9 years before they
What the
fired
fuck
me.
made you want to work there? What took you there? You designing clothes or what?
No, I'd come here and I was living with my parents, and so she was like, after 11 years of working my own store and never taking but 2 days off the year and everything, second I came here, she's like, well, you're here now, you need to get a real job. So she came home one day and she said that she was going to apply because she was acting like the times were so tough that she was going to fill it out and apply at Marshall's. And that was just a ploy. That was basically just a ploy to get me to fill it out. And
Did you guys get a bet of who's going to get the first job there, or how did that work? Or did she ever follow through on trying to get a job there? Or wanted you?
She's retired from preschool, and she even still to this day can go back anytime she wants and work there, even at
Right.
She's like 76 now, 77 now. That yeah. So I mean, she was just like, I don't know. It was just kind of like I came here and they'd been supporting me with the whole 11 years of doing my clothing store and my business. So, and the fact she didn't realize that I spent 11 years working it by myself every single day except for Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Oh yeah, it's
But-
hard to work.
Yeah, but suddenly when I came here, for her it was kind of like, oh well, I've been helping you and I've been supporting you, so now you need to get a real job. I'm like, I mean, come on, like let me like take like 6 months off or something. Like, come on, I
6
mean, like,
months. Fuck.
well, I mean, after 11 years, every single day being in my store for like 10, 11 hours,
Yeah, yeah.
and then moving it all the way to San Francisco, moving it all myself, and making like 5 trips every night, 5 nights in a row. From like when I closed my store, I'd pack stuff up and drive all the way to San Francisco, which is like a 7 hour drive or 5 hour drive, unpack it, turn
During
around,
the
and
yep. Make
yeah.
you,
And then I came here, and she was just like, I don't know. I'm just like, come on. I mean, seriously, 11 years. Even people that work full time get 2 days off a week. I just took 2 days off a year. Let, let me, and I made everything in my store. I was the one that, I mean, I bought the fabric, I cut the patterns, I sat there at the sewing machine. I was like, a 12-year-old Cambodian working a sweatshop for 11 years. So,
what were you doing? What were you doing up in San Francisco? You have some friends up there or something?
no, I moved up there all on my own, not knowing anybody. I got a storefront and just moved up there.
Boy, you must have really been fucked up to do that, weren't you?
Pretty much. I had a good thing. I, I had a good thing going in San Luis. I just put actually Center Coast Bass on the public access.
Oh, cool.
I was doing really good in the tournaments. Fishing was doing really great for me in that. And then I don't know. I just decided if I'm gonna make this thing work, I can't be in a slow town. I need to move to a fashion town.
Right.
So I sold off my boat, gave up the freaking show, and found a little space in San Francisco. Moved
Oh,
everything.
that's when you went over there.
Yeah, and I don't know. Worst thing I could have ever. I should have closed the store, focused on Center Coast Bass and the publicity and everything it had, and just stuck with that and given up the store and kept my house and my boat, and I made the opposite stupid choice.
Yeah, but look, you gave it a shot. So you can say you've been there and done that. You know what I mean?
And I did good. I mean, I had my store, I had my clothing, my designs in like 5 other stores that were local designers, and I I ended up getting a DJ night there. I ended up getting in 7 to 7 magazine with some of my fashions, and I did some fashion shows. I mean,
I
to
mean,
go from absolutely nobody in San Francisco to show up there and to have the popularity I had and everything else. Anyway, I didn't make money through it, but
right.
yeah, but I showed up and people knew who I was. I had, I was wearing my funky hats and my designs, and I started getting on VIP lists and all that other stuff. And
Well, San Francisco is nothing like it used to be. I'm telling you, that used to be a fun place to go to, but we'll see.
I'm not even watching the chat. Everybody's freaking going nuts.
Not either.
Yeah, no, it was fun for the first 2 years since I'd been living in a small town. Yeah, it was a lot of fun now, but then the next 2 years, I just tired of it. All the homeless, all the
Oh
fucking.
yeah, it's just fucking out of hand. I mean, that place is.
Oh yeah, and I lived in the Tenderloin, basically. My store was right above the Tenderloin.
Well, there's a lot of people there. I mean, especially the Tenderloin. I mean, that's
Oh
fucking
yeah.
all over there.
And here's the weird thing. When you're up there and you're trying to be someone that's like trying to create something and trying to create art and trying to do things that people will purchase from you and spend all your time doing it. And then you're walking through the Tenderloin and you're hearing homeless crackheads complaining because their damn SSI check didn't come.
Oh yeah.
Like, God damn it. I was expecting that money. My check didn't come. They said it's gonna be another week. What the fuck's up with this? Where's my fucking money, government? Come on, man. And I'm like, wait, these homeless people, they're getting checks. I'm living worse than homeless people in San Francisco. I
Yeah.
go a day without getting a sale. I have no money, and they're sitting there bitching. Anyway, they're making $60 a day begging on people. They're bitching because their SSI check did not come
Oh,
in.
for my goddamn Cadillac. Where's it at? My
I
limo should be
know. I
here
was like,
anytime.
that's when I knew I was like, that's when I was kind of like, all right, I'm done being an entrepreneur and a business owner. When I could just be like this homeless person and make more money and just smoke crack all day.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm,
You know what?
I'm
I will
done.
tell you, if you do hit the right person, it, if you hit the right person there's a lot of money there. I mean, a lot of money.
Well,
But
I don't know. I had Vanessa Getty wore one of my, liked one of my stuff. I had some other like socialite people in San Francisco and that buy my products and wear my stuff.
oh, there you go.
But yeah, by the time I moved there, oh, Muggsy's in the house. What's up, Muggs? We were worried about him because he had ghosts running around the last time he saw my panel.
Oh, I remember. I seen that
Yeah.
in his
Um,
bathroom or something.
yeah, no, the reality is it was 7 years into my store and still hadn't made money when I had it in slow and was just like working off credit cards and everything to keep it going. And so pretty much by the time I moved there, it was like such a freaking shoestring.
Right. Right.
I had no money to run advertisement. I had no money. I barely even had money to like buy fabric to make product, and barely had money to even pay for the rent of the space that this guy out of nowhere gave. I mean, the reality is the guy that rented me that space, for some reason he liked me, and I told him my story and all that, and I don't. There's no way he should have rented me that space. There's like, I mean, I'll be serious. There's if you would have checked my financial records and all other stuff, you would have been like, "There's no way."
Well, you got to know when to quit. You know, I mean, fucking. You know, one thing that'll kill you in business is hope, and that's one place where you got to kind of minimize the hope because
I
you
hope for.
always have that illusion
I
that
did.
it's going to get better. It's going to get better. Oh, just hang in there another week, another month. By the time you're there, it's
No,
fucking.
I like this one. Yeah, no, I was, yeah. I and you're exactly right, Andre. That was, I mean, you run your own successful business, right?
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah, but it took many years. I mean, many
Well,
years.
no, but what you said about the hope thing, that was sort of it with me. It was I always I always knew I had the ideas and I knew always knew I had the creativity and everything to do it, but I never brought people in that knew better about everything else,
Right, right.
like the business and the advertising and the promotion. And I tried to do absolutely everything, and that's what killed me. I mean, I
Yeah.
had investors come in. I had a guy from Canada that invested, was completely amazed at like my whole concept and my advertising and my logo, and he said to me, "You need help." And I
Yeah.
went, "Come on, come on. Do you mean financially or mentally?" Because no, he saw what I did, and he's like, "Dude, this could be a freestanding store on any high end avenue for high end clothing." And he was just like totally amazed that I came up with all the concepts. I came up with all the phrases. I showed him my ads and my photography. And I mean, he's like, this looks like a very standalone, high end boutique, but you need help because it's you don't have the funds, you don't have the I'm like, yeah, well, I mean,
Well, I'll bet in that line of business, though, I bet marketing is the key. And that's, fortunately, I don't have to deal with that. My business isn't about marketing, but
right.
I think if if the word of your place would have got out to the right place, the right populace or whatever, I mean, you never
Exactly.
know. I mean,
Yeah,
it could.
exactly. I mean, if I would have had like, well, I actually had a couple movie stars that bought my stuff and that during my time of doing it and that, but like I said, I did it completely totally wrong because I never invested when I had the money to invest it the right way, do lots of promotion, all the other stuff.
Right,
Uh,
right.
I just tried to, although I tried to be like a homeless person with it and just like, oh, I have $10 here. I've, I've, I've $10 here. I'll put $10 into it there, and then I have like, well, I have $5 here. I'll put $5 into it. It's like what I've heard as far as that is like, with as far as the clothing store and everything else, the amount of the budget you need to get, probably 80% of it needs to go promotion and everything else, 20% in the product.
Right, right.
And I just kind of, I don't know, I just kind of winged it and went like, oh, okay, I'll throw 10% into an ad here, and then, oh, okay, I need to spend 20% into like getting some stuff so I can make some clothes. And, oh, here's another 10%. I need to do some silk screen like shirts
Oh yeah.
and it's like, and then like, oh, okay, well, oh, I haven't done an ad in a while. Okay, here's another 10% into an ad, and I was just all over the freaking board with it.
Well, I tell you, something even as small as like even in Monterey,
Like Eric, and I heard this over and over and over. And
that's
Eric,
right.
you were
That's
right.
right. That's
No,
right.
it is.
What I
It,
was, what
in
I was.
retail, that Eric, what you just said in retail, it's 100,000%.
Oh,
Location,
absolutely.
location, location.
Well, I'll tell you a good example is something as simple as um, a fucking specialized hot dog stand on the wharf. Where you make pretty exotic kind of
Yeah.
hot dogs that are different. You can come around, you can make 20,000-40,000 bucks a month off of one stand
Oh
as
yeah.
long as you market it right. I
Yeah.
mean, sell them all day long. I mean, you know, it is about location though. I will tell you
It
that.
is. Well,
Right,
what Eric said is what I thought in my, I don't know, egotistical mind was what I was doing in my fashions and the way I create them and how high end and that I was following couture and that it didn't matter where I set up my store because once people saw my designs and people started, wearing them and talking about them, people would find me. People would come to this like back alley location that's not on, the main street. They would try to find me because I was like so effing good that, but, you know, unless you have like, you know, movie stars and rock stars and that know who you are,
right,
nobody's gonna spend the time. I mean, they might find you accidentally and buy from you, but they're not gonna be all like. And I was in San Luis Obispo, which is a cow town, and, and a cow college town at that. And but I learned that from a guy. There was a guy that owns therapy in San Francisco, and he actually had two younger kids, and so he bought a space on Higuera in San Luis Obispo because he didn't want to raise kids in San Francisco. He wanted to bring them down here anyway, And he never advertised because everyone's like, "Oh, you got to advertise." You got to advertise. First, when you open the store, it's like you got to pay, $1,000 to be in the newspaper every week, and you got. First off, you never advertised. But then the most important thing that he taught me was location, location, location.
right.
And he said, in the time of his store and his positioning in San Francisco, he had a store that was like one down from the corner. And suddenly the one on the corner across from that corner opened up. And he was willing to pay $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 more a month just to move.
Just have the location there.
Yeah, just to move 40 feet away from from one down from the corner, and the guy in the corner next to him wasn't willing to sell, but the guy across the street was suddenly going out. So he paid that much more and willing to pay that much more to get on that. And he taught me a lot. Like, yeah, I mean, and I'm like, really? You think it make? He goes, oh yeah, it makes. And then once he moved, he told me the amount of sales and how much it went up, and how his volume went up just from moving
Just 40 feet away.
40 feet away to his store that was on the corner instead of the one. And yeah, and he said he never advertised either. He's like, don't pay for ads, and it's all word of mouth. It's all getting, but yeah, I said I failed miserably at what I did just because I didn't have the funds.
Oh,
I mean, I had the funds to start with, but I was just too scared to I was too scared to spend it. I was just like, I held on everything, and I just like,
just try to hold it. Well,
wanna,
that is like one of the most expensive places to try to start a business anyways. I mean, if not on the West Coast, probably in the US. Because I think I can imagine they're probably renting for like $100 or $200 a square foot, minimum over there, especially down in that part of town. So
yeah, no, it's not that much. It's not that much. Well, I mean, if you're on like Rodeo Drive or something, but a lot of them it might be 10, 20, $30 a square foot. Rodeo Drive is
well,
like
maybe that's what your fucking problem was, where you were at. Were you on a side street or where were you at?
my first store I paid, it was, what was it? It was a 600 square foot place. I paid $900, $1,000 a month. So it was like $1.50 a square foot.
For how many square feet was it?
600. It
Oh,
was
that's
600 square feet.
that you know what? That's freaking dirt cheap for over there. I mean,
Yeah, no, but this was in slow.
oh, okay.
This was in slow.
Oh,
And
no
I
wonder.
was I was I was in a thing called the Creamery. I was off in the back, no main street. The only thing I had going for me was a popular sushi restaurant that was across the street from me. That was out of the way. That drew a lot. When I moved to San Francisco, it was I had a 350 square foot, and it cost me $1,000 a month.
I don't know. You know what? I bet San Luis was probably a pretty tough place to make money, huh? Because there's just no big population. I think what's the next big populace? Santa Barbara, from there.
Well, no, the reality is
I mean,
it's
that's a
college,
college town, right?
it's college town, but it's an agricultural college town. And then most people that live there, the average age group after college, it jumps to like 35 to 45. There's no 25 to 35 range because
Right,
there's no jobs there. There's no nothing. So you
right,
have a lot of college type people and very agriculturally based people because that's the majority of the school. Then you have a bunch of people that are like 45 and retired and all that above it. And a lot of them are people that have like baggage and divorcees and stuff that are just like trying to find a place to live that's off the grid.
right,
And they just
right.
work at restaurants and all that. And here you plop me in the middle of it, and I'm trying to do high end couture and high end fashion and one of a kinds and very art type and It's just a total. And I spent 7 years there trying to do it.
Did you ever at one time consider just going a little further south to Santa Barbara? I mean,
Yeah,
I think you would have done a lot better there than San Luis, to tell you the truth, because at least there's a little higher end people that spend a little more money.
yeah. Or
It's not college oriented there.
I could have come north. I could have just come up here to Monterey.
Yeah, yeah. Got a place down by just downtown Monterey.
Yeah, my mom tried to convince me to come here to do it before I went to San Francisco, but I went, oh no, Monterey now. I need to go big time. I need to go to one of the biggest fashion capital. I mean, blah blah blah. Yeah, I probably would have done better coming here,
I don't
but
want them to use Vaseline. I want them to use sand.
well, she had all kinds of connections. I mean, she had all kinds of connections here. She knew people. I mean,
Yeah, that's cool.
yeah, it probably would have been better off for me to come live with them and find a spot and.
Well,
But
you've been there and done that, you know. Say
yeah,
you've been there, so
I should have went into more tournaments. If I would have stuck, with Central Coast Bass at that point, 2004, just 2 years later, YouTube came out, and I could have been. I mean, I was on it in 2006, but I was using stuff that I'd already had from 2003, 2004 that was on cable access. So if I would have just, been smart with the fact that I was getting second and thirds in tournaments all the time, and I suddenly had my show on cable access, and I walked down the street, and everybody knew my show. I do a tournament, everybody knew my show, and I cut it off because of
where do you do a lot of tournament fishing here in California?
no, it was all down there. It was all I was doing
Really?
that while I was doing my fishing, or while I had my clothing store.
Oh shit!
I decided to go back towards the end of it because I bought a bass boat and start doing tournaments, and that's when I created Central Coast Bass, and everybody knew Central Coast Bass. I mean, it was like the biggest thing on cable access down there. I mean, I walked down the street and everybody's like, even if they didn't fish, they're like, "Oh, dude, yeah, CCB, I saw you. I saw your show." I only did five. I only did 5 shows on cable access, and they just
Really?
played them over and over and over because they don't have content. And then like a freaking idiot, instead of closing down the clothing store, which I'd already had for like almost 6 years at that time, and going into full time fishing stuff and filming. No, I sold off my boat,
Yeah,
got rid of everything, and moved
maybe you
to
just
San Francisco
took on too much at one time.
to fail for another
You know
4
what I
years.
mean? But that's all
No, I
right.
had one thing that was successful out of nowhere. Like within a year, it was successful. I mean, obviously, it wasn't making me money because it was on cable access and that,
But
you know.
it happens. You know, we live and
But
learn.
I don't know, I was so dead ass determined that I was like a bitchin' ass clothing designer, and I was going to take over the world with, and that compared to fishing, high end fashion, that's worldwide. That's great. Everybody knows fashion designers.
You're right. Right.
Nobody knows who like some freaking Bass Pro guy is. And I was a DJ at the same time, so I was into that whole world.
Holy
And
shit.
yeah, I fucked it up. Big time.
DJ too, huh?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty well known 80s DJ, alternative 80s DJ.
Oh, there you go. All right.
Yeah, I picked it up. I mean, I went from slow and I went to San Francisco, and I got a night with. I mean, I don't know, within 3 or 4 months of there, I had my own DJ night at a club up there, and I was a resident DJ at what's now still going on, which is one of the biggest film festivals, independent film festivals in San Francisco, called the Frozen Film Festival.
Oh yeah.
Two of my friends that are lawyers started it, and I was for the first 2 years they did it during their fundraising. That I was a resident DJ. I still have lanyards that say volunteer resident DJ. And evidently it's still going on. It's a really big festival in San Francisco. Like, I think it's like 10, 11 years later now.
Really?
Yeah, you can look it up if you type in, I think it's still going on. It should be. Last time I checked it, but it's called the Frozen Film Festival because they have it in summer in San Francisco. And there's that old quote from, what's his name? Who's the writer? Who's the writer from this area?
Steinbeck?
Yeah, I think is this Steinbeck or is it anyway, but one of his quotes was the coldest winter I ever spent was the summer in San Francisco. Is that Steinbeck?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know if that's Steinbeck or,
But
but anyway, that's where they got the idea for doing the Frozen Film Festival in summer in San Francisco.
so what's that about? Is that just about? I mean, what's the theme of it?
Well, no, it's just all really cool independent films and everything else.
Oh, I got you. I got you.
But the whole premise was of it was that quote, and I'm not. It might have been Steinbeck something, but there is a famous quote from one of the famous writers from this area that, and the quote was, "The coldest winter I ever spent was
Was
the
the
summer in San Francisco." So they took that and they created the Frozen Film Festival. And they premiere a lot of independent films and new it's kind of like Sundance, all that kind of stuff, film festival. But it actually became pretty popular. I'm pretty sure it's still going on right now. I'm not sure.
Yeah, through all the shit I'm sure you got to step through to get through the front door. I think a lot of things have changed over there.
Hey, Muggsy's having trouble with what? I fixed it to kill my mouse. Run the ghost. Hasn't died yet.
You sent him a link.
No, I haven't sent a link. If he wants to come in, he was here last time when we were listening for ghosts. I put it on there, Muggsy. Yeah, no, we wait in his bathroom because sometimes he goes to the bathroom and he talks to him and the light goes out. So we're waiting in there, but it never happened. But there was a really weird freaking noise that happened.
I think I watched you guys. There was like 4 or 5 guys on that panel. I think that night.
Yeah, there were a bunch of us on there for a little bit. Yeah, I told you, Andre, like, I've done a lot of freaking, I don't know. For the age of 53, I've done a lot of freaking shit. And I've done a lot of stuff that's gotten notoriety and attention. But the only thing I can't seem to do with the talent I have is actually make money. It's like,
Hey, let me ask
it
you.
just doesn't work.
How come when you do your lives, you don't tell people, hey, you know what, give them like a fucking piece of paper, say, subscribe, like and subscribe or something like that with all those people you meet over there, or it may even give you more attention if you were just to let them know your link, because the majority of the time, I mean, I love the shows, I really do, but you never promote yourself.
All right,
there.
Mug. That's one thing I never do.
Well, that's what you got to do. That's
I
that's your business. You know what I mean? I mean, the more
well
subscribers,
that I know, but that's sort of the thing that everybody told me when I had the clothing store and I had everything else. And that's why I needed somebody to do that because that's just
right?
I don't know, I'm pretty much the humble freaking artist. I just like I don't know. I'm not a salesperson. I'm not the
Well, I
person
don't know.
you know.
You do pretty fucking good out there in those. I mean, you're not nervous. You just, you.
But it's just me being me. It's
I was
not
gonna
me.
say maybe
It's
you're just too modest,
yeah. It's not me selling me. It's
and
like
that's gonna be your.
that's my downfall.
That's right, exactly.
Exactly it. It's because I can be out there and have the like you said. I'm very outgoing and I can talk to people. I can like do everything else, but if I suddenly have to tell them like, oh, by the way, go check out Sunday Coast Bass or oh, go to my Lincoln at I feel bad. I don't want to do that.
Uh,
I
get
don't want to
a
be a
little,
sales.
get a little case of Tourette's every time you meet somebody. Say,
No, I'm
CCB.
just not.
Yeah.
I that's my problem, and that's why, like I said, I've never ever made money at anything that I create. And that is because it's really, really hard for me to. I want them to like it because they just genuinely like it, and it's there, and I don't want to turn it to that I don't know. I just have such a hard time doing that.
Well,
Like,
we'll get some glasses that instead of showing a silhouette of somebody, it shows a dollar bill of them walking by. How's that? Just here's
I
money
don't know.
walking by.
It's no. It's Andre. It has. It,
I think once you get over that, I
no,
think that
it'll never happen.
you get, oh,
Well, no, I'm.
bullshit, bullshit.
Well, I'm.
I mean,
I'm.
if you can do YouTube by yourself and sit
I
there
know. I can
and
go
do
out
all
there and I
this,
can give them the best time, but it's hard for me to. It's hard for me to turn to them and go.
I
If
mean,
you
what are
like
you?
this, check out this. Get this. There's a complete total separation between me being me and me having people react and me
Yeah,
being
yeah, and that's the
to
opposite.
suddenly to I don't know. It just and
I think if
this
you incorporated CCB with your questioning and found a way to do it, I think it would help you out tenfold. I mean, I really do. Because the whole name of the game of what you're doing is
I know.
subscribers, right?
I know. I know. And I just can't do it.
Oh
I
yeah. Oh yeah. I
I
think you
mean,
can. Put on a fucking mask. Then nobody will
I
see
know.
what you look like.
If I was a character in somebody else, yeah, I could.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I
You know,
hope you understand what I'm saying.
one thing that I overcome in my business. I never let anybody, my customers, know I own it. I always have this
Yeah.
imaginary person in another state
Yeah.
that runs my company. But
Exactly.
but it's not only that; it's my mindset too. Because
Yeah.
really, the freaking government owns it. You know what I mean? I mean, taxes here and taxes there.
Yeah.
But if you overcome that one area, I'm telling you, I've
Well,
seen
yeah. I mean, well,
seen
if
your
you
personality, and I think you could really be successful.
yeah, but if you look at it within even when I had self clothing and everything else, everything was we. When I talked about it, I said we. I said us. I said here we are here. And I learned that too early on in businesses. You don't want to be just if
Exactly,
it's just you doing it, you
exactly.
want to make it entity. You want to make it to be we. And so a lot of people that knew me and they're like, oh well, so you're the only one that does this. I'm like, yeah, this is me. Well, how come you always say like we here at CCB or we here at self clothing or at self clothing we are about this and that? Like, well, it's just you. Why do you say we? I mean, because well, in business, that's it's if you want to look like you're something more than you're not, and everything else, it's us, it's we, it's if people see you as somebody that it's just you doing it, it's just you, they're kind of like little.
So
But
you know
you,
what you know what will help you is if you had somebody on this, like that little girl that you had, promoting your business at the same time as you running your questionnaire, then that way you'll figure out, well, you know what, maybe this is working. And if you have somebody help you jumpstart promoting CCB, I definitely think that you would overcome that issue, and you'll start looking at it more. I think you do it because you feel guilty about your business. To tell you the truth, I think you just I think you
no, it's true.
you could do more than what you think you're doing, and you're not. And
Exactly.
I'm telling you, you
Yeah,
know,
you see, you nailed it right there. You nailed it right there.
I mean, I'm serious because I've met a lot of people in my life. I'm 53 too, and
Yeah.
uh, fortunate or unfortunately, the job I used to have before I had my own business is I did the loop from here, from Monterey to Oakland to San Francisco, and I was a technician. So I met every kind of personality, and I'm
Yeah.
telling you, yours, you can really make it go somewhere. You just
Yeah,
got.
but you nailed it right there, Andre. I mean, you totally. I mean, if anybody has ever nailed it on the head, you nailed it in that little statement you said right there. It's because I do, in fact, think that what I'm doing right now is just making do because I feel guilty because the reality is it should be
You could do better.
a lot better than what it is. And it's
Well, you got
because
the
of
main key is your personality. Without your
yeah,
personality,
but it's
I would be honest with you. I would, but I that's one thing ever since I met you and I've seen you and I've seen you operate is you're too modest, and you just need something to jumpstart you. And once you do, I can tell you what, you'll probably fly. I mean,
yeah.
really.
Yeah, it's I just wrote down a quote. I think I wrote down a quote and it was be I think I wrote it down during one of these one of these lives and that. I think I went in and actually wrote it down. And it said I just read it today. It was in my thing. I said one of my problems is I will never let myself become who I should be. Or what no, it was I will never let myself be who others see me as. And a lot of that comes down to what you said is I can see how people see me. They like my personality and the way I am and everything else. But I just have this modesty about myself that I just I out of nowhere or anything. I don't know. I have a hard time letting myself be
There's so
what
you know what? There's
what
some
other people see me as.
Well, I think there's
And I
something
don't
there.
know why.
It's probably because you got fucking traumatized up in the gay bay. And I'm telling you. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I think that's the only thing you're missing. I think you got everything else in order. I mean, it's like taking off in a rocket ship. You got it ready to go. You just don't know how to fire the engine. You know
Exactly.
what I mean? And
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you got the most I should say the most important um, parts of the puzzle ready. You just need to complete it, Scott. I mean,
Uh yeah, and that's
and telling yourself you'll never do it, you're just you
yeah,
know
that's the
shit doing that shit.
Well, no, that's pretty much what it is. I've always had this. I don't know. I've always had this ability to do things like making clothing and being a DJ and being a skateboarder, and now fishing and making fishing videos. But to me, in my mind, it's like it's nothing special. That's just what I've always been able to do this stuff.
Yeah, but once you start getting successful, you'll look at it completely different. That'll
Yeah, but
that will
it's
inspire
just never happened to this point. It's like I've always been. I've just never
jump
been.
out jump out the fucking window and try the other side for once. Just give it a shot. We
Yeah,
we got a short life here. What do you have to lose? You have nothing to
exactly.
lose. Only to gain. And just think, if you try that, what you could benefit from having. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I mean, really.
yeah. I know. That's why I said I'm trying to figure it all out. I mean,
Hey, hey, remember the other night? You need to remember this. Remember the other night that Chris chick from the one we were talking about earlier? You telling her, look, you're 49 years old. There's no more excuses.
yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I know. It's the same thing with me.
And I know you can kick ass if you really try.
Well, I know, but I don't. There's a lot of stuff I know I could do on YouTube and like doing like these new reaction videos and other stuff where I'm like, even that video I just put up with that guy.
Yeah, that was cool. That was good.
I know, I know it was totally cool, but even right now, I'm like, you know what? I feel bad about that mugshot. I feel bad about putting that up
Oh
as
no
some.
way, man! That was a
No,
gift.
I feel bad about it
That
because
was
I'm
a
like,
gift.
no,
I mean,
I seriously do. I'm like, ah, should I have done that? Should I have put him?
you
But
know,
because
if
I
it was
knew it would be something that would might generate views and might
right,
make it popular. But on the same side, I'm like, I feel bad about that. I feel like I
uh,
shouldn't have done that.
I could see if it was somebody innocent or
I
that didn't
know,
do
but see
anything
that
wrong. But
that's
I'm
what I'm
telling
saying. That's where I'm coming from with who I am. Is I always feel like I shouldn't be about stuff, but I do. I'm always overly sensitive about well, should I have done that? What I mean, what if he sees it? What if somebody he knows sees it? I mean, yeah, he had a bad night. He was kind of drinking. Anyway, he was a complete asshole and everything. But I'm always the one that's like, well, I filmed it, and
right.
maybe I should have been more. It's just, but he was a complete drunk idiot,
Absolutely.
and maybe if he does see it, it'll serve him better because it'll be like, all right, wow, I need to drink less, or I can't believe I taught. But I'm still the person on my side. I'm going, oh, but this is a little harsh. I mean, if he happened to, I mean, I don't know. I always have that background thought of,
Well, you think that was something you shouldn't have did? Because if you wouldn't have, and somebody else would have got that shot, they would have
I
did the
know,
same thing.
I know, and that's just, all right. I think Eric, sorry, no, but that's just it. It's like I'm not that sort. That's why I need people that are that way.
Hey,
even,
Eric.
even when I was in, even when I was in clothing and that, I needed the more. I needed the promoter, the vindictive, that the I don't know. I don't know. I'm too much of a true sort of reclusive,
Yeah, no, I
step
think
back artist.
I think you need to find out what the fuck you feel guilty about and forget about it. At moveon.org and start promoting CCB.
All right. Don't do this to me.
I'm just being honest with you, bro. Because I see the potential in you. I really do. I mean, you got that fucking personality, man. You know, that's something that not very many people have. And you can sit there and look at a fucking camera and just start fucking grinning, smiling, laughing a little bit, but you don't know the impact that it makes on your audience.
I know.
It's a good impact. It really is. So, you were gifted with your personality, and that's something you can't buy.
I
And
know.
you might as well use it.
Yeah, I know. But you totally hit me with something when you said that, and that's why I'm.
Yeah. Well, whatever it is, you can overcome it, bro. I'm telling you. I can tell you that right now. Guarantee it.
It's a little hard. Um.
Maybe you got too big a heart. Maybe you're too hard on yourself, is what it is. You know what you can be.
You're killing me, man.
Well, you know what? You got a lot to be proud of. You just need more to be proud of. You know what I mean?
Um.
Man,
Well, no, I. No, the reality. I mean, see, the thing is, I know exactly where it comes from.
it's all right, bro. You know, this is one way. This is one way right now. Reality's kicking in, man, and it's gonna fucking
Uh.
take you over that hill. I'm
Well,
telling you.
no, it was. It's it's um. It's funny because you said guilt.
Because you're full of it. You're full of guilt, and you know you are, bro. You know
Oh
you are.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh
But you
yeah.
know what?
Huge.
You have to remember, we're fucking human. We're
I
all
know.
full of guilt. We all have guilt, no matter how good or bad it is. I mean, but
Well, no,
there,
I know. Yeah, no, I. It's. Uh. See, it's hard to talk about because it's always hard to talk about, and it's.
well, maybe that's a problem. Maybe you don't talk about it.
Well, it's been since 1986, so
Let's see, 86. That would have been 2 years after you graduated, or 1 year after you graduated high school. So it must have been not too far out of high school. That's a long fucking time ago to still reminisce on these issues. But
yeah.
I mean, you can go a long ways. I'm telling you.
No, no, but uh, that was here. My I can't even say it.
Oh,
No, that was here. My father died.
oh man. Well, I'm sorry about that. You left a lot of guilt of things you shoulda, coulda, and woulda done with them. Is that what it is?
Part of it,
Yeah.
and part of the fact that
Well, you don't think you made them proud, and you should have.
well, at that time, 19. you
Oh
know,
yeah, young.
not my
Yeah.
friend. But uh, I mean, any psychologist and everybody would have like such a huge heyday with the circumstances of what happened. And I never went to therapy for it. My sister went to therapy for it. My mom. I mean, just because of the suddenness of his passing. But
Well, that must have been real hard, though, man. I mean,
well, I've been wanting to do a video about this probably for like 10 years, 11 years. But I've told to a lot of people the whole story in itself. I mean, but I was working at my car at the time, and my rabbit, and I think I was working at the engine or something, or I don't know, doing something. Um, he came in, and I was being my freaking asshole loser, nothing works type person. Said I can't get the things hooked up, it's not working right, and I effed it up, it's not gonna work. And we got an argument. He told me he should shove his my teeth down my throat. Um, what, it was all because I was being a freaking baby and just being a freaking stupid ass.
well,
And
at that age, we got all kinds of different fucking personalities, and
yeah, but
I was still young.
and so anyway, so kind of laughed. After he got on me and said, "Why are you being such a baby? Why do you always give up? I should shove your teeth down your throat." And he left. That morning, he opened the door before he went to work and said, uh, "When I get off work, I come home because he worked on cars and stuff too." He's like, "I'll help you out. We can figure this out. Don't worry about it." He left for work. Um, he came home around noon. Said he had a cold. He had like fever and that. No big deal. He went into bed. I was the only one home with him. I called my mom, and she came home with him. Goes, "Oh, he's always a baby. No big deal. He's always like that when he gets sick." Um, I was looking to put in a 5-speed in my Rabbit at the time. My friend called me, so I left instead of staying at home with him. I left, went and bought that, came back home. Um, so I mean, to me, he was still in bed. He'd still say, I asked my mom, like, "How's he doing?" That she's like, "Oh, he's fine. He's running a pretty high, fever and that, and he's got chills and that, but it's just a virus." My sister and my brother-in-law were actually at the house. They came up for something else. I left to go out and party with my friends. Was out till like 4 in the morning. Um, came home. Opened the door to my mom, my sister in the doorway crying. My mom had sent the sheriffs out looking for me, and they went, "Your dad's dead." And yeah, that was it. I mean, so like you said, Andre, guilt.
So why don't you try to make his words? Why don't you try to do what he asked you to do? Don't give up.
Well, no, I know that, but it's like I just won't.
Hey, you never know. You could make him proud now. I mean, he could be watching you right now and waiting for you to make that move.
I know,
You know what I
and I've
mean?
always, yeah. But that I spent years and years after that. I have tons of poetry about it, and
Well,
it's
that's a
funny 'cause
terrible situation, man. I mean,
I
I
know I read it back now, and it's all if I years later I sort of read back this poetry and that it was all about guilt. It was all about guilt. It was all about guilt. And so just I mean, just right now with you saying that, that was like nobody has ever said that to me. People have said like, "Oh, you're just this way, you're just that way." But when you said that one word to me, that was what caused all this with me right now.
that's
And
all
that
right.
was, and
Good
that,
for you.
well, no, but that was the fact that I thought I was finally over it, and I thought I had gotten it like that wasn't the issue.
No, no, no.
But
What told me that was you. I believe you have kind of destroyed yourself because you never forgave yourself. And you
exactly,
always thought you could fix it, but now that your dad is gone, it's too late. You can't fix it. But you can fix it because you can prove to him what kind of son he has. And you know what?
exactly,
I'm telling you, you can do it.
and 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 pretty much my consistent failure at a lot of things I did is sort of escalated it to the point because I did the clothing
Oh,
store
I'm
and it
sure it
failed.
just piled on. I mean,
Yeah, it kept
piles on.
everything that I did to this point that didn't work,
Right, right.
that
You
didn't
let it
work.
stack up on you. The
Is
hair here,
stacked up on me with the guilt that I'm like I haven't been what I know he thinks I should have been as a person
that's right.
because they just it just I mean it's work that people thought I was brilliant and thought I was talented in that, but it was never ever a financial success. So I've never let myself feel like I'm successful in anything because in
Well,
this world
now what you should do, you should purge that and start over and start your success from now. But when you let it go, you got to let it go. You can't
yeah,
look back. I mean, don't look back at the past because everybody hates who they used to be. So
yeah, Johnny just left that. Yeah,
that's
I
right.
know, and I mean, I don't know. I just that's why I says I don't know, but it's come to the point that I like.
It's never too late, Scott.
Well,
It's
I
never
know, and
too
I
late.
think this is like sort of my best time to do it, and when I'm testing, and like you said, with me, my personality and everything,
That's
and
right. You ain't gonna
a
wait.
lot of that with the lives now and all that, and being out there just with people and that, my personality and that is what.
That's right.
I
That's
mean,
right.
but as a fishing show, yeah, I mean, you have so much of a personality, but a lot of what I do in my interaction, the way I like to react with people, it's the raw and it's at the moment and it's improvisational and
That's right. That's right.
yeah, and so that's why I'm trying to take it to that sort of
But
thing within it.
I truly believe once you forgive yourself, I guarantee it'll even surpass what you think because you are
Yeah,
hindering yourself so much right now. You're the only
yeah,
one losing. You know what I mean? And
yeah, and I am, and well, it's just I mean, it was totally amazing when you said that to me because I mean, I have a lot of people say, "Oh, he's a freaking asshole," or "He's just egotistical," and he's this and he's that about who he is and how he does the stuff. But no, it's you suddenly realize the fact that it's there's something else holding him back,
oh
and
yeah,
and
absolutely.
and the second you said like the second you said the guilt thing, that's what triggered all this to happen to me is when, because I thought I was like, I thought I was over this. I didn't think the guilt
You
had
know,
anything to do with it.
you can see the love you have for everybody else, except for the one person that means most, yourself.
Yeah, yeah,
Yourself. And you know what? What told me that tonight is when you said, you know what? I kind of feel guilty about promoting. And yet I'm thinking, well, you know what? He's got such a personality to talk to people and laugh and joke, but he fucking
yeah,
don't even give a shit about himself.
yeah. That's just it.
So that, I mean, I'm sure I'm not the only one that's seen that. That telling me that
No,
right there, I knew something was wrong inside. It wasn't an exterior or a training kind of
oh,
promotional thing or something like that. It was pretty blatant, Scott. And
was
I'm
that
telling
you that said
you,
that in another stream, or somebody else said something too?
oh, I don't know. I didn't,
Somebody said something about it's my modesty is what gets in the way. Was that you? I don't think that. I don't think that was you. I think that was somebody else that was in. No,
yeah,
I think it was Justin in the panel that said that. He said I can tell by sometimes the way you carry your body and the way you sort of act that
well, you're 53.
modesty
You're 53 years
modesty or
old.
guilt.
It's time for you to start taking care of you, right? Right?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I always care about other people more than me.
that's right. That's right. Now it's time for you. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
time for you because make your dad proud. Make him everything he wanted you to be, and it's not too late. Because he's gone doesn't mean his spirit isn't looking on you,
Oh
and
yeah.
you can change that. You really can. Like I said, you got the fucking rocket ship. The only thing you need to do is learn how to light the fucking thing. That's
Yeah.
all. You have it. So,
Yeah, I know. I have everything but the realization that like I said in that quote, that I never let myself be who I am.
yep. Now it's time for you to be you.
I always downgrade it. It's like, yeah, I have no idea why I'm that modest and why I always,
Well, in a couple years, when you're riding on that yacht of yours,
yeah.
don't fucking forget to invite me for a fucking barbecue on that thing.
No, no. See, I my everything and everything I want to do is to be. I don't know. To get it to the point that I could just like surprise people and do things like like freaking go to Pinot with like 15 brand new rod combos and just like
There you go.
hand them out to
There you
people,
go.
or just have like like $100 Bass Pro Shop gift cards in my pocket and just be like fishing next to somebody and talk to them and like, oh really? Oh yeah. Oh, do you need? Oh, here, have this. That's always been my goal with it. My goal has always
You
been
can do
to
it. And
make the money to give the money away.
you can do it, Scott. I'm telling you. You got the fucking tools, bro. You got the most important thing. Well,
I
I should
Yeah, I
say
have the
that. I should
personality,
say
the
that
skill set.
because loving yourself and forgiving yourself is more important than that, but that leads to that point. And once you start thinking, you know what? Why does this guy have this and this guy have that? They're a jerk. He's a dick. But you know what? They have everything they want in life. But look at me. I love everybody, but I don't love myself. Why? So now it's time to forgive yourself, bro. It
Yeah.
really is. It's time. Start thinking.
You
Start
just,
thinking about you.
dude, have you been in my mind? Because you just said exactly what I say
No,
myself.
no, no, no.
I always look at. I'm like, really, this guy? He's like kind of an asshole, but he's this and this guy and like, why can't I be that way?
That's right. That's right. That's right.
And that's just it because I have the
You don't
guilt.
need to be an asshole to be successful. You know what
You
I mean?
don't have to. No.
No,
But a lot of people call me an asshole and they think I'm sarcastic and everything, but
you
it's
know
just
what? It's time for you to be you, bro.
exactly.
Time for you to be you.
I know. Yeah.
But I truly believe that you can be very, very successful.
Yeah, I just need to get that
Just need to forgive yourself, bro. Talk to your dad at night or something. Let him know. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Because you
No,
never
it's
know.
I need to I don't know, I need to stop looking at myself as a freaking homeless person.
No, you don't. Yeah, you need to. No, you need
Because
to come. You need to come to reality and say, you know what? I am as fucking good as people say I am.
exactly.
You
I need
know,
to actually be able to say, yeah, like
that's right. Something to be proud of. I mean, not too many people hold that kind of character. You know,
yeah.
you're gifted with it, and I'm telling you, even if this wasn't a fishing show, you, the way you do your little routines on the wharf and what's so not, you get those little highlights. Those little highlights are very successful.
Yeah, and it's just well, I everybody said that when I worked at Marshall's. Like,
Well, maybe they were telling you something. You know what I mean?
um, my mom actually ran into somebody. Well, she was like at the Del Monte Mall, and she was sitting, and she heard some people talking inside the Apple store, and they all of a sudden mentioned Marshalls. And the lady goes, "Oh my God, if you go to Marshalls, that older bald gentleman, oh my God, you need to go to him. He is so funny. He will have you cracking up. He is like the most amazing." And this was just like total third hand. My mom's sitting somewhere and hearing someone talk about it. And I always heard that. I mean, when I was at Marshall's and that, and people always said, like, "Oh, I always want to go to you. Like, you make it so entertaining. You're so good. Like, you have me cracking up when I'm checking you out and all that." And yeah, I mean, that's what I have a gift at
Yeah, absolutely.
is instantaneous connection with people and being able to talk to them, and suddenly it's like we've known each other for years within like 20 minutes, 10 minutes of an interaction. It's like making them feel that comfortable, and just the whole playing with them and the comedy and the whole other stuff. And
Right.
it's just like, I mean, it's like the people like talk show hosts like Jimmy Fallon and Jimmy Kimmel and Johnny Carson, all that stuff is being that sort of person that can meet the person and just have that conversation and be able to interview him and talk to him. And that's sort of what I found when I go to the wharf, when I get people on and start to talk to them. And that it's like suddenly, um, I don't know, that's just sort of, that's what I love about me. And now that I've sort of taken it to this point, um, I think it'd be a lot of fun. And then even,
Absolutely.
well, yeah, but then even taking it like this is with me and you right now, where I can
Right.
start lives where it's, since I have the panel, but it's me on one side and somebody else, and I can do interviews and set it up and make it
Absolutely.
an actual thing where I'm sort of that sort of person. Like,
But what you're saying right now, you really have to do. You know what I mean? It's good to have ideas, but the ideas never work if you don't do them or if you don't try them. I
yeah,
mean, you just gotta go for it and just
well, yeah, and I've been what I just went for it out of nowhere with that the first time I went to the wharf, and now it's
yeah.
going
You see
on.
that?
Yeah, and it's going on 6 months now,
Imagine if
or
that was
6 weeks.
the full Scott going there, huh? Imagine if that was the fucking full Scott without the guilt. Just think about that. Just think about how much better you would have been, and you were already pretty fucking good,
Yeah, and it's
even though
getting
you're
there.
missing on a leg. You know what I mean?
Well, it's getting there, and that's what I'm talking about. Like this last one where where I went on the tour and I walked you down there. When I went downstairs and I went to the, I said, what it reminds me of is, and I keep getting in my head every time I'm walking around is hiking with Kevin, which is Kevin Nealon, and that's his YouTube channel, hiking with Kevin, when he takes people on hikes and interviews them while they're walking through the hills and everything else. And I don't know, every time I walk and I watch myself with the camera and all that, it's like,
Right.
wow, and he's just like Kevin Nealon, he's Saturday Night Live, huge star and everything. But when I watch myself and the way I'm filming and all that, and anyway, I don't have anybody I'm interviewing next to me, but I don't know, the same way I see it as I'm doing something as incredible as what he's doing, and he's somebody that's a huge star and everything, and I can see the whole sort of
Yeah, but remember,
way it
that's
plays out.
that's the film. What you are is you're the foundation to that film. You have a weak foundation, you ain't gonna do anything. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah,
Honestly, build that foundation up of you, and that film will come. It will. It'll all come together. But you have to work on you.
yeah, yeah.
I'm telling you, it's like putting the puzzle together. Then you'll go, fuck, I wish I would have did this 20 years ago. But now
Oh
it's
God,
time. Now it's
I
time.
when I first started CCB, even the fishing show and how I did it and filmed it. Oh, that's why I said, uh, if YouTube would have been created at that same time and I had the access that in the beginning of it
Right,
with
right.
what I was filming and how I was filming with my two cameras and everything on my boat and all that other stuff. I mean, but I had to wait. What? Yeah, that happened. What 2003? 2005. I gave it up. I didn't get back to it on YouTube until, well, I started in 2006 on YouTube, but I was only doing hash and mixed up stuff from what little bit of footage I had from that show, and I didn't get back until 2009 on YouTube with tips and tricks and the biology bites and all that. But if I would have stayed with it back then, yeah, I just, but a lot of the whole my guilt that you just we just saw, and having to go back to work for Marshalls and
Well, look, you kind of started a new show for CCB, which is going on at Wharf.
oh
Now,
yeah,
why don't you take that, since you know, I mean, I think what you mean, get an average of 25 to 30 likes, and you just started that, what, a month ago, 4 or 5 weeks ago,
yeah,
maybe a
it's
little
been,
bit
I think,
longer.
6 weeks ago.
Yeah, there you go. Now, now look at that. That, just take that as a new format as part of that show, but you
Well,
gotta
that's what I said.
you gotta be yourself. You gotta forgive yourself so you can downright be proud of what you're doing to
Yeah,
yourself. You know what I mean? Because
yeah,
that'll all follow. But
yeah, yeah. I
anyway,
know, but and a lot of it is a lot of it is the fact that even if I watch myself and I study myself a lot, but I watch my
that's like
videos.
a double fuck. I mean, that's
Well,
like
no,
that's a
well, no,
double.
well, no. But I watch myself and I look at it and I see that it's like this is exactly what I want to do. And yeah, sometimes I critique like, oh, I should have cut this a little bit more or something like that. But still, the fact that when I put it on and it gets like 100 views, 200 views, compared to someone else that I watch that, I mean, yeah, they're catching fish, but their editing's not as well. There's all that, and there's that. Yeah, they get like 1,000 views for that video or like 800, and I'm like, well, I don't know. Obviously, I don't know something about them. Maybe their personality or something's better than me because
I always wondered how
I don't.
somebody. I always wondered
I don't know. I don't get it.
how somebody gangbanged themselves, but I just figured it out with you, Scott. Stop looking back at your fucking films and remember what you could be. I mean, really. I mean,
Well, no, a lot of it too is what my age group is like 25 and above, and a lot of what drives YouTube and lot that drives a lot of these is people are looking for that 12 to 25, 12 to 35. It's mostly 35 to 55 that watch me.
right, right.
And a lot of the drives, a lot of these channels, they get a lot of views and everything, and they themselves might only be in their late 20s or something. So it's from like, you know, 12 to 35 is drive their channel, and me for the most part it's 35 to 55.
There's
So
still a lot of
I might
people.
get less views because there's less of those people out there
There's still a
watching.
lot. There is millions and millions of viewers from 35 to 55. I guarantee you that.
Yeah, but
I
they're more discretionary, and they just need to find you.
right,
But
right.
the people I've found, like people like, I mean, almost everybody that's found me recently are very, very loyal people, and people like you and Johnny Bravo and Corn Farts and everything else, and they will be on here and they will watch me. But it's YouTube is becoming a harder and harder and harder market.
I don't
To
believe that. I think
it's getting harder to break
I
into.
think that's another fucking excuse. See, I'm telling you, that's another fucking excuse. Oh fuck! Yeah. Not only do I hate myself, but YouTube's fucking me over too. No, I'm telling you, you can
Yeah,
you can tear it up. You can
I know I could. I know if I get a chance. I mean, yeah. No, I have no qualms about the fact that yeah, but it is. I mean, if you look at what's out there as far as fishing channels and what fishing channels are really really popular right now, it is within what I do and something that's more. Hey, I'm showing you what I do in a day. I go out. I try this. I try that. I teach you this. I teach you that. They want music and B-roll and I mean, I've gotten a lot quicker with my edits and I've done all that stuff, but I get a lot of them that come on with my comments and everything. They're like, oh, well, yeah, you, you need
name
to have more
name
flair. More. I'm like, no, I don't.
name
I
one
happen
of
to
the
dig.
name one of those big guys that does what you do. There isn't one that goes out there on the wharf and does random questions and what's not.
Oh yeah, no, they don't.
Break
They don't
it
do that.
up. They break it up. You break it up. You change the format, and
Yeah, I know.
that's what makes it interesting.
Yeah,
That's what makes it interesting. Look, we got this fisherman right here, and now he's going on the wharf and asking all these weird questions and getting a response and fucking laughing about it. And it's serious. I think the first three that you got, I laughed my ass off, and I don't even know what was so fucking funny other than you. But it worked. It worked.
titles short. Well, I don't know. Brian and Johnny just said maybe if you keep your titles short. But then again, a lot of people are going to longer titles because YouTube is a search engine. So a lot of times, with the more words you have in it, the more it's searched out. So I played with that. I played with trying to keep them short and played with trying to make them longer and everything else. But I mean, I know I'm out there because when I did those Mike Long videos, they got like 3,000 and 4,000 views for those two videos alone. Like huge, huge compared to what my usual.
Well, you know what? I
So
think you
I know I'm getting out there.
I think you could triple that if you start being proud of yourself and promoting your shit.
Wait, what did he say? Like the drunk
Been on you.
idiot thumbnail would be perfect. No, but see, Johnny, I couldn't do that. If I actually titled it "Drunk Idiot," um, it would be demonetized, and I would make no money off it. That's why I had to be very careful about how I titled it. I could put "drunk idiot" within the text within the thumbnail because YouTube can't read that. They have no way of detecting text in a thumbnail. If I would have titled the thumbnail "Show thumbnail drunk idiot," YouTube would have picked up on that and it probably would have got flagged for little or no ads. Just
I'll
like
be,
if I would have titled it
I'll be right back.
"Drunk Idiot." All right. Yeah, Johnny, if I would have titled it "Drunk Idiot," it would have got demonetized. I know 1,000% chance it would have got demonetized. If I would have titled it "Drunk Idiot Gives Me Thumbnail," then gets arrested, it would have been, I would have got, it would have been flagged for no monetization. It's a very subtleness. Yeah, naked woman fishing would probably, yeah. Yeah, see, Johnny, I mean, if you're not monetized, yeah. I mean, it took me a long time. I spent all of last night going over titles and going over titles and trying to figure out, like, how should I name this? Um, yeah, but I've just been over it time and time again. And if anything sort of like that comes up in the title, the way the analytics are and everything now, you get flagged for it. So I didn't know. I mean, just a thumbnail and me putting "drunk idiot" and his pose. I don't know. It's doing pretty good right now. I mean, for me, but it might be one of those sleepers. I don't know. Maybe it'll just get out, or somebody will share it, and somebody will share it, and it's fully monetized right now. So, I mean, I'm just hoping it's one of those sleepers that suddenly just kicks off. Hopefully, but yeah, like you said, Johnny. Yeah, a lot of my titles and everything. Yeah, I don't know. It's a double edged sword. I mean, it could be something that, yeah, you title it something that's derogatory or something that has, some little edge to it. That everyone's like, "Oh my god, dude, you had a video finally! It got like 1 million views." Yeah, but they pretty much demonetized it, so I only made like $10 off those 3 million views it got. It's just it's just the way it goes. Oh, good, you're back.
I'm
Could
back.
Oh, good. Could you talk to him because I really have to go bathroom.
Sure. I got to get on YouTube.
Well, no, you're here. Oh, wait. I learned how to do this.
What's that?
I learned how to put you as the star.
Oh, shit. Better not do that.
Well, too late now. You're trying to coach me. Now I'm trying to coach you. You
No.
can handle it, man. You can
No,
handle
I'm
it.
just fucking truthful about telling you what you need, bro.
But you're a star, man. You can handle it. People like you.
Go
You
take,
sound
go take, go take a leak and shut up.
all right.
I truly believe he's a hell of a man. He just needs to get over his shit. That's it. He'll be all right. Naked woman fishing, good motivation, Andre. Nah, I if I could help anybody out, I'd do the best I can. Yeah, I Johnny, I do believe if he had a sign and he had something catchy when he was doing these live shows too, he just needs to promote his business. And yeah, but I'm not meant for this fucking TV shit, whatever it is. I just I mean, I'm sure you guys like his personality too, otherwise you wouldn't be here all the time, but you know, you can always see something that he's missing, just a little something, and it's not coffee. Yep, yep, that's true, Lloyd. That's true. Well, I see. This is the whole thing. He's the personality of the show. I don't know what to fucking say here. Yeah, Andre, you're a good man. Ah.
I like that. I walked in at a perfect time.
Well, it's truthful. I mean, look, you know, I deal with people all fucking day on big projects, and I don't even know what to say when I'm looking at a fucking screen or whatever. You know, I mean, I just look at it like I'm talking to a friend or something like that. But when I'm looking at myself, that's fucking creepy. That's fucking creepy. But
Yeah, it's like I said, I know. For me, I've been in front of the camera since 1986. It's just something I always liked, and I always film myself. I've always been in front of a camera, and so a lot of it is that I don't realize the fact of how easy it is for me to be who I am in front of a camera.
right, right,
And even if somebody else puts a camera on me, that because and I mean I kind of realized that when we had Karina as my co-host, because she was so good at talking to the camera when nobody was around, and she was talking to words on the page.
right.
But once you put her out there where people walking around her, and
That takes a special
yeah,
personality.
and that helped, that like you said, that made me realize sort of the gift I have in the fact that I can just show up out there
Hmm.
and be in front of, just talking to a, a piece of electronic as people are just walking by, and people are, and then me to try and call them over and all that. And it just,
But just remember
to
this:
me, it's normal
you're
because,
always gonna be this way until you find a way out and really just cut loose and be proud of who you are. And I don't want to keep saying that. I don't want to keep
yeah.
reiterating
Well,
it.
no, yeah,
But
I totally understand.
but what I'm trying to say is just I know the shows are important, but remember the foundation because that's what makes the shows. You know,
Oh yeah, and it's
and stop fucking saying, "Oh yeah." Do it. Do it.
it's no, no, it's no. See, I keep saying no,
I know
no.
you
You're
know.
right.
The problem is you ain't fixing it. You know. See, but now it's time to implement it.
Yeah,
There we go. The fucking yeah again.
it's a habit I have evidently. Well,
Nah,
it's all helping. All right, let's just say that.
that's right. That's right.
I mean, it really helped me out when how good Karina was by herself on that Saturday at the end of that live.
You know why?
When
Because she wasn't thinking about. She wasn't judging herself for her past. She was being who she is. That's
right, but the other thing is she was alone and there was nobody there but And it's kind of the way a lot of people are when they're live, is when they're in their room or in their bedroom or they're in their kitchen, and it's just them. And yeah, they're good at talking to the camera and they're good at responding to these little words. But that's what I like about what I did when I went to the wharf is, and when I used to be at the pier all the time, and that, because, and fishing in general. And that was the way I always set up my lives originally. It was not just to be on my porch and not the Tuesday night live
Right.
hangout. It was me being out in the public and fishing where you never, people come up, you get to talk to people, you get to react. And then I kind of took that notion to, well, instead of me fishing, let's just put me out there and have to react to people. And
But you know what?
that's
You at one point in time, that little point changed you because you had the courage to try that. It takes a lot of courage just to go to the wharf. I don't care if it's
oh yeah, I did.
10 people on the wharf, but
Yeah,
something
it did.
worked. Something worked inside of you. Maybe it just was that microsecond you had of being proud of yourself. But
Yeah.
you let it, you keep letting it go back down to the same old thing. The way I think about it. But if you kept yourself on that pedestal, you would just work up and up and up and up and just keep going. I mean, you could
Well,
be unstoppable, you know?
well, where it really came from was when I was at the pier. Because I'd be at the pier and I'd be fishing, and suddenly someone would come up and they'd ask me a question, and I'd talk to them, and they'd be like, "Oh, what's this?" or "What do you?" And I'm like, "Oh, well, that's this and that," and oh, and then suddenly it'd be like, "Oh, where are you from?" and this, and we'd have this sort of like interview type. And then suddenly I'd be fishing, and all of a sudden, in the comments, somebody would be like, "Interview another random tourist," you know, talk to another, and it was it. So that's kind of where the spark of me going down the wharf thing came from, because suddenly, yeah, I was catching fish and I was educating people with the fishing and telling them where to cast. But if it was a slow day or something, and all of a sudden someone would come up and they'd like, I'm like,
Well,
oh, I'm live, and that, yeah, and then all of a sudden I would start getting these comments that were sort of random, because suddenly it was like, interview another tourist, or like talk to another random. And so
well,
that's kind of where the whole thing of going down the wharf and just sort of trying to talk to random people came from.
right. Well,
It
see,
came from it
you
came
have
from when I was fishing at the wharf,
you
and
have to
people
understand.
like,
You have to understand, though, Scott. There's a big difference between those two scenarios. One scenario is somebody comes up to you and asks you a question. Well,
right,
automatically you're like, well, you know what? I know that answer. I'm going to tell
yeah,
them. I'm going to tell them because I have that confidence. The other end of the spectrum is now you're put in this situation where you have to ask somebody else a question, and
or I have to draw them in.
right there, you're judging yourself. Is this okay to ask, or is this something that do I feel good about asking a person? But your confidence level is where you're good at is when somebody comes up to you and they want to know your knowledge and you have it to give to them. Well, you
Yeah,
can turn that around on your questions too. You just need to do it.
yeah. I just need to be. But when I draw people in, the questioning is. I mean, once I draw them in, the questioning is really good. I think. I mean,
The questions are really good, but where you suck is trying to draw them in.
trying to draw them in.
Honestly, I'll be honest with
Well,
you.
well,
You
hello. Even
really
Karina
suck
sucked at
at
that.
that.
Even Karina. I mean, come on, a 10-year-old cute little girl sucked at it too. So it's
Well,
just the
yeah,
people.
but at her age, she's kind of shy about
Well,
start
I know,
getting
but
all these ideas.
they were pretty damn harsh with her. You got to admit, they were more harsh than they were with
Yeah,
me.
no, yeah, you're right. You're right.
But that's the whole. I think that's the whole magic of it is the rejection thing, because I'm, I'm a lot
Yeah,
of
but
it
you can't
within.
take the rejection personally. You
No,
just
I don't
sit
take
there
it.
like,
I don't take
wow,
it
that
personally.
was a good piece right there. They just flipped me off. That was cool. You know?
Yeah, But see, it wouldn't work as well if I was that type of person that was the A type personality that was a salesman and everything. They could just like easily draw the people in. I don't think it would work the same.
Unfortunately for you, I think you were born with an A type personality. You just don't think you were. And to be honest, is when you start feeling good and comfortable when you're talking to somebody, uh, I don't think you recognize that A personality coming out. But I
Well,
think
no, I'm totally,
I
I'm
think I
totally,
see it.
I'm totally comfortable talking to people once I draw them in. I
Right.
just feel, but like you said, it's the same way I am with everything else. Is I don't want to force them to. I mean, if they're willing to come over, that's all right. I don't want to be the person that takes them into a situation that makes them feel uncomfortable. I want them to be the type
Hey,
of
they're all
personality.
grown ups, Scott. You're not forcing them to do anything.
I know.
Well, you need to try. You know, I mean,
Yeah,
if
sort
somebody doesn't
of.
want to talk, they'll tell you they don't want to talk, or they'll ignore you like they do,
Yeah.
and
But I
just
think
go
when
on
they come
and have
in and
fun.
that, I handle it very well. Except, even with the chicks that you guys say are like me and are hitting on me, I'm like, I don't get it. You
Yeah.
know,
Well,
that's me.
your audience, I know quite a few do. You just don't see it. You just don't
That's,
see it.
yeah, I'm good at what I do, and that's what I'm trying to hone.
There you go.
And I don't know. I don't know. I'll see how tomorrow goes with me doing a walk and just sort of doing a tour and meeting people that sort of way. Like kind of instead of me being stationary and just being sort of like in a way a homeless person trying to draw people in. If I take it from like the wharf and just kind of go on a stroll with the tripod and kind of talk and kind of meet people along the way, uh, I don't know. I think it might be a totally different sort of draw-in than because I don't know because the wharf and where I am, a lot of people that are staging up and sitting around there, it's homeless people or street performers, and so I think the fact that anyway I'm there and I'm with the camera,
Right. Right.
it kind of comes across the same sort of way, like I'm a sort of a street performer in a way. Like it's not, you know, because there's always other people. There's people selling like jewelry, or there's people drawing you, or there's people playing music. And so me being there with the camera and the tripod and my hat and it's just I
Yeah, but
think
you
it
don't you
kind
don't
of
have to be
comes across as a gimmick type thing,
you
not
don't have to be like anybody else over there. There's always something that's going to make you different. Always.
oh yeah. Well, no, I'm not
So,
saying that, but
you
I
know,
think I think just in the image of people walking by and people looking at it as a whole, when they kind of look at me, they think it's sort of a. I mean, for God's sake, another homeless guy came over and gave me food one day. I mean,
did he take it back away or something? Take it away? he, he took it
I
back,
mean,
didn't he?
even a homeless person looked at me as another homeless person and came over and gave me food. It's perception.
Hey, but no shit. Mark my word on it. You know what I would do if I were you? I think when you got the most respect, Scott, is
Live Hunt.
where you were wearing.
Live Hunt said, "Wear my jersey." I have more of my jersey down there.
I was gonna say either that or wear your camo hat and your camo jacket instead of the top hat or whatever that thing is. And I'm telling you, I think the best show you had was your first show. Maybe your second show, maybe one of those two. And honestly, when you wear that hat with fucking camo, it don't work. I'm telling you, it
No,
just
it's
don't
gotta
work.
be. It's a character.
Yeah, no, I mean, if I was walking up to you and listen, the hat's great with the dress jacket.
I have a yeah.
I
It
might be
has to
lying
go with
about
the
that
outfit.
too. I don't know, but honestly, try. You're a fisherman. Try your camos out.
Did you see Life Hunt?
Mm-mm. There you go. You see?
Well, yeah. I mean, I have a tux. I can wear a tux out there
You
somewhere.
don't even need to do that. Fucking go camoed out. I mean, I'm telling you, go camoed out. Just wear your jacket and a fucking camo hat or something, and
Yeah. Fishing questions.
don't wear sandals.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
I
I
mean,
like being
your hats are cool. I just don't think they're for the format of what you're trying to achieve. I really don't. A fisherman. I mean, a a certain event would work. Maybe if you had like a mini me next to you or something, that would be cool. Wear your hat.
look like was it what did Life Hunt say? Look like clean outdoorsman.
There you go.
I don't know. I kind of want to take that away from the fishing thing now. I kind of want to just have fun with it. A day off.
Yeah. Yep.
Fishing. I mean, that's kind of thing with like fishermen is everyone thinks, well, because you're a fisherman, you're just, you have to be. I'm like, but no, I'm a fashion designer. I'm a professional skateboarder.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a professional DJ, and I just happen to be really good at bass fishing and fishing too. So I think a lot of getting back to wearing this hat and wearing the stuff that was so much a part of me.
Yeah, but you need to focus on one thing right now. You have a fishing show. If you're gonna do Q and A's, they could be funny as shit, even if you dress like a fisherman or just camoed
Yeah,
out or something. You know what I mean? But I
yeah.
really, it's if you came up to me and you were wearing that hat and talking to me about fishing, I think this motherfucker was homeless. He ain't got nothing else to talk to me about because the hat does it doesn't make
I
sense.
know. That's
It
why I
doesn't
like.
make sense in your show. It just, I mean, I'm being honest with you,
Oh, I know. But now I did my just last night when I did my Tuesday night live
right?
or my Tuesday. Everyone's like, "Where's the hat? Where's the hat?" And I was
Oh,
in an
I wasn't on
FLW
last
hat
night. I didn't get to see that one.
last night.
No, I wasn't on last night.
Well, I know, but everybody was asking me. Like, I came on, I had this on. I
Yeah,
had
but
my
you know half the time they're fucking with you, right? Huh?
well, no,
Or
but no, but
fucking
half of them were
audience member
like,
just told me the truth.
no, but a lot of people said that. Like, why are you wearing that hat?
What
They're
hat were
like,
you wearing? Just a baseball cap?
no, I was wearing the FLW, my normal fishing hat
Oh yeah.
with the camo. Because I'm
Well,
like, no, this is Tuesday Night Live where we have fish in the background. We're fishing. This is my fishing stuff.
I think they
The
were
other
doing
hats,
you.
the other hats are during, the other times.
Well, I don't want you to take it wrong about me telling you about the hats. But I would tell you if you approached me and I was walking down the wharf, I would much rather talk to you dressed as a fisherman than
Yeah,
than
Zach guy.
I don't even want to, I don't know what fucking character that would be with that hat and your your
Well, I know, but I don't know. For me, I don't know. I just want to attract, like, I don't know. Like I said, it within this hat and everything, it comes a lot down to um
Put a CCB
this is
patch on it or something.
well, no, I could put it, I can make it. I mean, I
Well,
made
that
the
would make
hat.
it. That
put
would
it
make a big
on.
difference. Throw a couple lures on the side, and fuck, you could have a whole external tackle box with that hat. Do you realize that?
Yeah, people said I could put baits and stuff, but I don't know. That's not. I don't know. I tried to actually incorporate like the question of what's your favorite fishing net into it originally to sort of bring the concept of the fishing channel into it, but I don't know. I don't even really want that associated with what I do on Thursday nights. I mean, I can't change my channel name
No, no, you
to
don't want to
be,
do that.
but I could. I mean, I that's why a lot of times I just say CCB because CCB has sort of become something that's it is Central Coast Bass, but it's an acronym that can take on anything. I mean, yes, Central Coast
Like sounded like a fucking disease. Oh, I got
CCB,
CCB. Oh shit!
but
I gotta go get a cure for it.
but everybody calls it that, and I didn't name it. I
No,
was never the first one to say it.
right.
Everybody did the acronym all on their own, and a lot of times I don't think I've had comment stuff from people for like 5, 6, 7 years now, and they've never put Central Coast Bass in a comment.
Really?
It's always been CCB. Like, oh, CCB, we love you guys. You guys are great. You're good. Oh, CCB, yeah, we've been watching you for years. You guys are great. I've never ever seen them say, "Oh, Central Coast Bass." Yeah. No, it's just the
Well,
way
no
the
matter what,
like.
it's still you and it's still your channel. So
But
no
I
matter,
like it that it's that CCB could be anything.
right, right. Yep. I think what
Yeah.
you ought to do is you ought to work on a couple of funny ass questions to ask people. And I,
What-
oh,
you,
I got
you
some
don't
fucking
think
good
you
ones.
don't think ducks or chickens was
Oh
funny?
my god.
I thought I thought the 4 questions I had were pretty. I mean, what's your favorite coffee to drink? Chickens or ducks? Right or left-handed? What's your favorite fish to eat? I thought those were all pretty freaking weird random questions,
Now those
but they
would
all
be
still made sense
yeah,
because I found out most people either like chickens or ducks.
really.
Yeah,
Most people would say chicken, obviously. I mean,
yeah, but there's a lot of
of
but we've
people haven't even never tried duck.
just no. I'm saying no, no. It's not about to eat. It's as a pet, like as an animal, not to eat.
Oh, I see. I see.
Yeah, no, it's chickens or ducks. As which
Well,
one
they
do you
both
like more?
shit all over the place, so they both stink like fucking.
But no, I found as far as pets and what people like, either people are chicken people or they're duck people. Either they like going to like the petting zoo and that, or they just like the way chickens look and chickens are cuter. And I already found that in that one live where I did it when I asked people. People like totally understood the question. And they're like, oh, oh, chickens. Chickens are so much cuter than
You
ducks.
know
And
what?
then other people,
I must have missed that show because I don't remember those questions.
that was I think that was my third one.
Oh, maybe I missed that show. I thought you were still stuck on you're a fisherman, but you don't like to eat fish. What's their favorite fish and how do they like it cooked?
Yeah, yeah. That was just to tie it in because I thought everybody would want to have to tie it in.
That's actually a good question, though. I mean, but if you come up with a follow up, something that's might be a little more risque, um,
I'm sorry, I'm missing all of the live hunt is like going nuts in the comments, and I'm not even looking at them. I like to shoot ducks.
so do I.
Ducks look wrong.
Yep, live to hunt is exactly right.
Focus
It makes you killer.
No. I said this too. Focus on now, not the past.
That's right.
Well, see, the reality is, if YouTube would have come out like 4 years before it did, my YouTube show would be about me as a person then, and it would be fashion designer, skateboarder, DJ, bass fisherman. I mean, it would have incorporated all that into it.
Yeah, but
No
what
doubt.
kind, what kind
I
of
mean,
what kind of audience would you have? It would be so random that
and
somebody who like
exactly,
somebody who like fishing probably wouldn't give a shit about your fashion show. Somebody who was into fashion probably wouldn't give a shit about you being a DJ. So then you
exactly.
have all these random ones and twos. That's why I told you take your fishing show, bring some jokes into it, some funny ass questions. That's all part of your bass fishing show, and break it up. Break it up.
No, but see, you have to understand. Yes, you have to understand my background in fishing and in bass tournaments.
Oh, is
Um,
that
oh my God, everybody hated me.
why?
Seriously,
Fucking
I was in
arrogant.
three. No, I was in three different clubs, and nobody that fished against me liked me at all. And why did they not like me? Think
Why?
about it. They were all like truck drivers, construction people. I owned a high-end fashion store. I made all the clothes myself. I was a DJ at a gay and lesbian club. Um, I also like skateboarded. Yeah, none of them. They were like, who the f is this guy that thinks he can come on a bass boat and fish? He's like some faggot ass clothing designer that DJs at a freaking gay and lesbian bar. Yeah, I could go out there and freaking get first and second 11 tournaments in a row and kick most of their asses. And
so
they're all
so
construction guys.
so
And
Scott, when did you start hearing these voices?
they weren't voices. My my friends on my side were inside. They're the ones that told me.
Really?
Oh yeah. My friend Jason was all three of those clubs.
Oh,
And he was like,
I thought you meant inside here. The other
no,
one.
no, those everything they said about me was everything that they literally said about me. They like my friend Jason would be like, he'd go to the meeting when I didn't go, and he would tell me everything everybody said about me when I wasn't there.
Oh,
It
really?
was just like, and
Oh,
he's like, he would try to defend me, of course,
oh,
but
maybe they were just jealous.
well, yeah, because I kicked their ass.
Yeah, that's right.
But that's just it. But just because I was a fashion designer and a DJ and still a skateboarder at that time and stuff, that wasn't going to keep me away from joining a club and going
Well,
out to do what else I love and I'm really good at, which is bass fishing.
well, why don't you do this? Why don't you say, fuck, I'm not a fashion designer anymore. I'm not a fucking DJ anymore. I'm a successful bass fisherman that has a show, and I'm going to focus on that. Why don't
No,
you
that is what I'm focusing on.
just completely focus on that? After yourself, though. After yourself. Focus on yourself.
No, I've always done it. What I've always filmed the show as if I'm myself. Well, I mean, when I film my show, it's just me basically
Right.
talking to myself.
Right.
But now I can disguise it as not being a homeless guy talking to himself, but I'm talking to a camera. It's pretty much. I talked that way when I didn't even used to have a camera on my head because that's how I talked to myself when I was fishing. It wasn't internal; it was an external voice. I'd be like there with nobody around on shore, with no camera on, going, "Fuck, what the hell's going on, man?" I mean, come on. Jesus, I've tried this lure. I've tried this lure. I've tried that. I mean, I'll be doing that to myself while I'm fishing out loud on the bank, even before I put a freaking hat cam on my head. and
That
and
takes a
people would
lot
be
of
like
courage.
next to me.
That takes some
People would be
big
next to me
balls.
like, "What the hell's wrong with this guy?" He's like, "Why is he talking to himself?" Like, that's just the way I always been when I fish. When I'm trying to figure out why the hell I can't figure them out, why they're not hitting this. Maybe I need to try that, and I would just always sort of say it and act it out just the same way it is when it's now that it has I have a camera. It's the
Right.
same.
That's right.
But see, you have to figure out where you belong in it. Because like I said, with what I'm expanding with now, if you look at a Flair from the Guggen squad, I know you probably don't watch any of their videos on that, but
No, I've seen it. I've seen his videos.
okay, but he was pretty much the least favorite Guggen as far as a fisherman. Uh, he was I mean, he was way below him as far as sub count and video count and everything else when he was trying to do fishing shows. And I have just I kind of missed the transition of that, but now he's the farmer and he's doing the farming stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And his videos are outviewing John B's and Lunkers and everything. I mean, I think every one that I see of him, like within a day or two, it's like 350, 450, 550,000 views. I'm like, he wasn't meant to be. I mean, it's outdoors and it's still kind of the same thing, but he wasn't meant to be a fisherman. He's an entertainer and a farmer. And since he's done that, he blew up. And so with me, it's kind of like which has more value.
Well, but there might have been more demand for those type of shows, though. Maybe there's a lot of farmers
Well,
looking.
yeah, but for whatever reason, he went that way on his
Right,
own. He bought the
right.
farm. He started filming more of the farm, and I mean, it might have been organic, and yeah, there might have been a rise at the same time, but it's just when I actually like watching him now.
You
I
know,
hate I
all
hated the shows when he
all
was trying to fish.
all you need is one shock value that could go viral, and something like that can I mean it
Oh
can
yeah.
you can bring you up overnight.
Why do you think I just did the one I did? That's one of those videos they could just take off.
Yeah, yeah, but it's got to be one with you in it, not just moderating.
I like live life on. There's no farming. Just him wandering around the farm. I know, but he's not a fisherman now. He's better at being Mr. Green Jeans than he is at being Mr. KVD. That's all I'm saying. He's got entertainment value, but it's when he's just trying to be himself and be funky, not him trying to be KVD. And the funny thing is, I always watched him, and it was always funny in his videos because every time he couldn't catch a fish, he would always go to, remember, guys, I'm just a YouTube fisherman. I am in no way a professional bass fisherman. I am just a YouTube. He would always go to that when he couldn't catch a fish.
Yeah.
But when he was doing good, he was like, "Oh yeah, guys, look at the pro now. Look at the pro now." But the second he was doing bad, it's remember, guys, I'm just a YouTuber. I'm not. Like, I loved him in that. I thought he was so honest because he just sucked at fishing.
Yeah.
He just got sucked into being part of the Guggen squad and making a living that way.
All right. Well, I gotta get up at 5 in the morning. Get out of here.
Well, I was just gonna say same thing to you because my battery's at 1%.
Well, there you go.
1%. We better hit. Wait, let me plug it in. We better hit it though. I think this thing still has a little bit of power in it. Maybe. What's flashing better?
Got it.
All right, Andre. Yeah, no, it.
Yeah, good
I
night.
don't think it's.
Can't wait to see you go fucking crazy tomorrow night. Remember that.
Yeah, it should be fun. Like I
All
said, I
right.
think I'm gonna start and do a walk.
I'll catch you tomorrow.
All right, man.
Good
And
night,
everybody
guys.
else.
Good night,
Thank
everyone.
you guys. Live to hunt, and there are some other Johnny Bravos still in here. Thanks a lot, guys. I'm at 1%, so I am gonna have to end this one. Tomorrow night, I'm gonna do something different. Maybe do some hiking and walking from Cannery Row to the wharf. But I'll see you guys tomorrow around 6 o'clock. Thanks a lot.